Welcome back to Hamburg Sevens 2026. It is the Rugby Europe Championships, the first leg, and we're getting into the business end of the competition today. Here we see the weather conditions. It is a little bit warmer than previous days, and it's pretty much perfect conditions for sevens rugby. Here we see the teams who are participating this weekend and the coming fixtures. Yesterday we saw Germany with a great result against Great Britain, Belgium in an epic fixture against Portugal that went well into extra time, getting the edge against Portugal, so they will play the host Germany, with France up against Italy. France the favourites here, they're the team to beat. The fixtures one more time for everyone at home. That is the men's series, but we will be starting with the women. And here we see the participating teams once more. Hamburg, of course, the first leg of two legs. The next one will be in Split, Croatia, where the Rugby Europe Sevens champions will be crowned. Poland and France here in this competition also with strong wins. Spain and Belgium just scraping through, so it'll be interesting to see how that progresses. Poland the champions from last year, France winning previously, so great quality, great pedigree there. And here we see the timings of the fixtures. We will be starting the day with Poland against Ireland, then the hosts Germany take on Czechia before the men's tournament commences. In the commentary box here today, we've got our experts once more in Andy Knight, a stalwart of the Sevens series back then in the day, and we've got Robbie Amelung, one of the up-and-coming players of German rugby, together with myself, Ian Dawson. I don't know what I'm here for, to be perfectly honest.
You're here to link us in, Ian. Good morning. Great to see you again there. Looking forward to this tournament. As you said, the sun has come out today. We had day one, a lot of wind. Day two, a lot of rain. Let's hope day three is a little bit more sunshine, but at the moment, a nice cool 17 degrees. Light wind coming in, so as you said, perfect conditions for running sevens rugby. The athletes out there, they'll be loving this rather than the heat or the cold. So let's hope that they can make these conditions good for them and play some decent rugby.
Yeah, absolutely. And just for the viewers back home, you'll be seeing rather interesting head attire from the Portuguese captain. I was talking to the tournament doctor yesterday, and she has indeed broken her nose. Incredibly experienced woman. She'd actually gone into retirement a few years ago, came back out of passion and dedication to this Portuguese team, and she's put her body on the line this weekend, breaking her nose in the progress that won't hold her back. She's got it taped up, she's got it straightened up, and she is leading her team once more in the ranking semi-finals. Portugal playing in their usual maroon kit, playing from left to right. Ireland in their classic emerald green, playing from right to left. Andy, what are we looking forward to today?
Yeah, a lot more accuracy today. That's the one thing. I think the weather put the downer on a few of the games yesterday. We saw a lot of kicks go awry. We saw a lot of handling errors and a lot of pickups at the base of rucks were quite poor from both women and men's tournaments. So I'd like to think that these conditions will make it nice or a lot easier for those skills to be executed. And for me, yeah, definitely the kickoffs. It's one of the areas that I really want them to work hard on as we hear the starting whistle go.
Yeah, we're underway here, and Ireland with the first opportunity to attack. They're going to have to come all the way from deep. It was a long kick-off from Portugal.
Okay, advantage, offside.
And they did a penalty for the offside. Ireland coming away. Moving the ball beautifully here, Ireland. The Portuguese defence sitting back a little bit, giving Ireland the opportunity to accelerate through the gap, and they make the first half break of the game. Megan Burns stretching the legs and finding the gap through the middle of the pitch. She's off. Will she be caught? She is, but she gets her hands free. It's a beautiful little offload, a strong fend coming in, and that looks to be touched down by Margaret Boylan. We might have another little look at that, as there's some doubt in the grounding.
Yeah, great little break from Burns there as she went through after some nice interlink play at the very start in their own 22 as they got to the end, but Santos chased back really well for the first initial tackle, but they managed to get the touchdown just at the end, referee consulting with the in-goal.
Yeah, lovely burst from Megan Burns, like you said, and Margaret Boylan on hand to get the offload and finish the job for Ireland.
23.
Here we see the grounding is indeed good. Coming up for you there. That was a brilliant finish, a great try under immense pressure from Margaret Boylan.
Yeah, Ian, we're hearing our fellow commentators on the German channels there, just not sure about that touchdown, but it's been given on this occasion. Really good support play though for, was it Boylan, I think you said, to get there, so well played. And the score stands with the conversion going over to.
The kickoff fielded well by Dos Santos, and Portugal with the chance of their own. That's Da Costa. We've seen what she can do all weekend. A bit of a terror for the defences. And a nice wraparound play, creating the gap on the outside. They find space, they find the edge, and Portugal charging away for the try of their own. Ana Margarida Mata for the first try on day 3 for Portugal.
Yeah, lovely little hands there, wasn't it? As you said, that wraparound, just coming around at the right speed. Hands were released back on the inside, and then put Mata free, forcing the winger from Ireland to come in and make the contact, hoping that her teammates would go round and support to make the tackle, but Mata's got enough speed to go almost the length of the field and get the first points on the board for Portugal.
Yeah, that's great stuff, very accurate from Portugal, but I think Ireland will be a little bit frustrated to be beaten by such a simple wraparound play. Portugal working that overlap very well. But Ireland will look to stand up better to the challenge.
Make sure you're behind, please. Behind the line.
Yeah, conversion going over as well, so 7-7, even game. We're starting off with very few handling errors. That's what we like to see, and a couple of good kickoffs so far already.
Yeah, and another good take from that kickoff. It was for Oviava. It was a difficult one to take, coming low and hard, but the carry is also effective, and Ireland with an overlap here. So Portugal need to rush, and the inaccuracy just gives them the chance to do so. Oh, big hit coming in there. Not completely legal. Sliding up above the shoulders. And that was once again Megan Burns. She's looking lively, but she'll have to take that from the mark. Oh, it was a pull on the hair, in fact, which obviously does count as a high tackle. You can't do that. It might be as tempting as it might be.
Yeah, that's just a silly error at Da Costa, I think, going off, putting our team down to 6 and giving Ireland a free rein to run as they please with that extra player.
And that's Fitzpatrick. We know what she can do. Pace for days, and she makes a great burst down the left-hand touchline before the ball is eventually recycled. And just probing, looking for a wee gap there. None coming. The pressure comes on from Portugal in defence. Ireland moving backwards. But now we do have the opportunity again on the right-hand side. Once again, it's Megan Burns looking lively. She gets the ball away to McInerney. McInerney for the try. And Portugal haven't just picked up the 1 yellow card. We're actually seeing 2 here. No, that was a mistake from our graphic. So it does remain just as a 1-player deficit.
Yeah, Ireland made it a little bit difficult for themselves. They could have probably got the ball away a little bit sooner. It was Aguero just having a little snipe up the inside, just bringing the Portuguese defence up. Luckily got the ball away out to the outside channels. Straight hands, as you say, when it got to Burns. It was a simple 2v1, giving it to McInerney to go over for the score. Conversion is good. 14-7 to Ireland.
Yeah, and isn't it fantastic with this improved weather that we're seeing a much better quality of rugby as well? The team's moving the ball much more freely today, Andy.
Yeah, already we're seeing that, but also even we're just seeing that kick off, you know, The hands are good, we're catching ball, we're getting our hands up ready for it. There certainly seems to be a bit more freedom about the way that they're playing and not so much tension in the body.
Holding on.
Yeah, and Portugal looking to mount an attack there, getting the hands free, but again, once more conceding. So Ireland get an opportunity to extend the lead. Megan Burns, and she's had a great start to this game. What a first 5 minutes for her. Really influential in these open stages. And it's Fitzpatrick making the break. Sliding through the middle. That was fantastic balance and running from Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, this is again, it's typical sevens, isn't it? You go down to 6 players, there's gaps everywhere. People are having to cover an extra position or half a position. Gets a little bit of indecision in the defense, and on this occasion, great footwork from Fitzpatrick as she stepped past one and then out of another tackle and just accelerates over from the 22 for another converted try for Ireland.
Yeah, and interesting, in the first 3 tries for Ireland, 2 of them have come through breaks through the middle of the pitch, not needing to go around the edges, so Portugal look to tighten up there. Is Ireland prepared to take the next kick-off? We have 1 minute left in the first half.
Yeah, Portugal back to their full complement of 7 now. Da Costa back on the field. Once again, ball taken, 2 hands nice and safe from Portugal. See if they can launch from here.
Yeah, and they'll look to find a few phases here, get the ball into space. They'll need to make a stamp on this game in the last minute of this half. Da Costa moving the ball nicely. Shepherded well into the wide channels by Ireland, not giving the Portuguese players an inch. Oh, and there's pressure on the second ball receiver here. Once more, that's Megan Burns. She is really full of beans this morning. Mata out wide to Santos. Santos with a good carry forward, releasing the ball and getting back to her feet, just stealing those extra meters in the contact before they move the ball back to the middle of the pitch through Da Costa. Da Costa, the support player, maybe just getting slightly in front of her there, but Da Costa deals with the situation well, and Portugal once more on the attack. Da Costa tidies up, just braces herself for the oncoming challenge and holds it up well, letting her support players gather.
Okay, release now.
Yeah, it's nice and patient from Portugal. Let's see if they can keep it going as we get the commentator's curse there with that last pass going out wide, and unfortunately we see that Mota Marquez couldn't hold on to that ball.
Yeah, the pass maybe not the best, but also Mota Marquez just getting a little bit flat there, maybe overrunning it slightly.
Yeah, I think they got a little tired there. That was a long phase of play, and they've also just come back from 6 players. Everyone's a bit tired, so I think they'll be looking forward to this rest as we get a chance to get them into the huddles.
Right, girls, listen. Seriously, listen. Like, first 2 kickoffs are job up, okay? You need urgency there, okay? That's the opportunity for us. Don't let them pass the ball and run. That's 2 steps, and then you get into that phase play, okay? That forces them to see trying to run it straight away, all right? Off that there first 7v6 now, it's okay? Let's be really smart, okay? Off that first breakdown, we sack them, but then we get 7 against 3. They're going to have 3 that breakdown. Stay nice and connected, okay? Even on that 6, we should be outside people that's holding that there, okay? And we can swamp them, okay? If that happens then. Having said that...
Ponham a jogadora no chão e depois estamos bem. Estamos a controlar bem. Estamos a jogar com 5, pá, eles marcaram para aí 1, se marcaram. Okay? Estamos bem. Placagem, ok? Placagem. E no apoio, nós estamos sempre à espera que ela vá ao chão para trabalhar. Não. A nossa está no contacto, elas já estão lá 2, eu trabalho direto naquela, ajuda a andar para a frente e quando ela for ao chão eu já lá estou. Certo? Vamos buscar o jogo.
So both head coaches, James Topping of Ireland and João Moura of Portugal, very calm in the halftime delivery here as we watch the highlights of the first half. Megan Burns, the number 8 of Ireland, having a very influential first half, as did Alana Fitzpatrick. So the big players stepping up in the big games. We are in the ranking semi-finals, so a lot to be played for both teams.
Yeah, we're also seeing Kathy Baker there, number 6 for Ireland. She's been distributing the ball really well, but the work rate, as you said, of Burns off the ball has been really good, and she's been getting her hands on it to be the assistant to the tries there, as well as scoring her own as well. So looking forward to the second half here as we go with the kick-off, Portugal receiving it.
Yeah, and only two tries difference here, so it's all still in there to be played for. But Ireland picking the pockets of the Portuguese in their own half and charging towards the line for looking for their 4th try of the fixture.
Thank you. Good.
Fortunately, just little
Yes.
ball bobbling around there, and they have knocked on.
Green 9.
So it'll be a scrum to Portugal, but they still under immense
Red
pressure here.
17.
We know the Irish have a good
Red
defence,
4.
and Portugal camped out in their own 22.
Yeah, just a little bit of indecision there from Pedro as she took the ball on, put the ball into one hand, just tucked it behind her, and great phrase there. She got pickpocketed as the first defender came in, went low on her. She couldn't get her second arm around the ball, and then Boylan just sneaked it out of her second hand, and
Time is back on.
unfortunately just a little mistake after that, giving Portugal the ball back for this scrum.
Bind. Set.
And we're off. See a good challenge from Ireland, but Portugal up to it. And they hit it up in the middle. And the post-contact meters, very impressive in that situation. Da Costa. Costa.
Yeah, release now, Green, release.
Costa presenting well, and Da Costa recycles. Mota Marquez unable to make much progress on this occasion. The ball is slowed down as Mota Marquez struggles to roll and present the ball to her side. Looking for space deep within their own half, attacking the outside channel and just being dragged into touch by Uguero of Ireland, covering the space beautifully and just shepherding the Portuguese player towards the touchlines.
Yeah, good steady defence there, wasn't it, from Ireland, just allowing them
Ireland,
to
please.
move that ball
Let's go.
into the isolated area. Out wide there, I think it was Mata that got her top of her leg, just hit that sideline, but really well shepherded into touch there by Ireland as they win this line out.
Slight inaccuracy on the pass there from Cody, and that just sees an early end to that attacking move, and we'll start with another set piece for Portugal. Still, they've not really been able to get out of the half in this game, Andy, so what do Portugal need to do to get on back on the scoreboard?
Yeah, for me, I feel that they need to just move the ball a bit wider and create some gaps in that Irish defence. I mean, the Irish are really good, they're really strong, they're fast and physical, but if you can move them around a little bit, then the gaps will open up, but the attack seems to be quite tight at the moment for Portugal, and we've not seen Da Costa get on that ball and just power through some players yet.
Here we see another little tactic which was poorly executed in the end, but maybe not the worst of ideas. If you're struggling to break that defensive line and the opposition isn't playing with a sweeper, why not put boot to ball? But the execution must be a little bit better. That's going straight into touch.
Yeah, exactly that. It's got to be deep. If you're going to kick, you've got to be kick to chase. There's no point in getting ball out into touch on this occasion. We need to be chasing ball and be able to try and win it back. But they do win the line out and start to move the ball into the wider channels now.
Yeah, good line out challenge against the head there for Portugal, and they come away. That's Mata.
Yeah, release, Green.
And they're getting into the right areas here, but not really able to progress. They'll need to win a couple of these one-on-ones in the outside channels. Mota Marquez. Big looping pass, missed pass out to Costa. Costa with all the experience, turning, offloading, but that's gone astray. And Ireland will just look to secure this, but Da Costa, we've seen her do that all weekend. She gets over that ball brilliantly and is rewarded with a penalty. Ireland not releasing as she got her hands on the ball. So Portugal, they're still in this game. We've got 3 minutes left of the second half, only 2 tries needed to level it up.
Yeah, time off.
Yeah, I mean, that was good rugby. They moved it wide, they brought it back again. However, they tried to have a go on the outside. They're not going to get round the outside of Ireland that simply on first phase. That's not going to happen. Ireland are just too quick. Their scramble defence and their drift defence is just too good. They need to move it and come back again. And we saw it on the other side when Santos tried to take it out to the 5-metre channel and Mata didn't come back on the scissors move. They just ran into each other's spaces. They need to have a bit more communication and try and keep that ball alive and create spaces rather than expect to run round people.
Big push coming on there from Ireland, and they win the scrum against the head. So they have the opportunity here once more. Slightly lateral there, slightly flat, but they do straighten up with a good charge through Murphy. Working the left-hand side once more, drawing in those Portuguese defenders, creating space maybe elsewhere in the park, and they do ship it now to the right-hand side. McInerney finding Larn. Larn just holds it up, waits for her support. Da Costa challenging once more in that breakdown. She almost got it. And Ireland once more attacking the gap, snapping back to the right-hand side. There's an opportunity here. It looks like it'll be the try. It will be the 4th try for Ireland. Katie Corrigan just casually dondering under the post and dotting down.
Yeah, that's more patience from Ireland, wasn't it? They again moved the ball, some lovely passes to the hand, and then picking their moments to go in to take contact. We see the speed to the breakdown. I think it was Fitzpatrick to set it up, to then have the scrum half come in, pick the ball up, put it into the hands of Katie Corrigan, who sneaks under the post now for a converted try. Much more like the Ireland that we're used to.
And the conversion once more is a success from under the sticks, and we have 4 converted tries for Ireland to 1 converted try of Portugal. Just over 1 minute left to play in the second half, so Ireland wrapping it up with that try. It's the task now just a little bit too big for Portugal, I'd say, but they will not be giving up here.
No, they're playing for a bit of pride there, as it were, but it's not the end of the day for them. So we need to, we need them to play. We need them to get some cohesion here, work as a unit, try and get another score on the board, and play some sensible rugby, the type of rugby they'll play in their next game, rather than just get too erratic with 30 seconds to go.
So here they come, going through the middle this time, and that was more effective. Mariana Santos, and she's got pace. The Irish defender's not even coming close on this occasion, so I'm just asking myself, why didn't they do that earlier, Andy?
Yeah, I mean, Santos has had a couple of breaks today. You know, she's got a lovely little snipe off the base of a ruck. We've seen it a couple of times, and this time she just used her footwork there. She's not the tallest player, but she has got a little jink here, which is really good. We see the pass come to her, and watch her just a little stutter step, and there we go. Just throw the fake pass, and off we go. Irish defence there. I think it was Murphy. Niamh Murphy just had a little look on the outside, turned her shoulder. So Santos stepped on the inside, and as you said, she's got the gas to go from 10 metres, from the 10-metre line right the way through.
Yeah, fantastic stuff, things you love to see. And Portugal will try to take that momentum into the next game, even if they are going to lose this one here. They'll be looking to build some confidence again in the dying stages of the game. But Ireland just choosing to get the ball off the park. That's heading right to us. Andy was looking for the first catch of the day.
Yeah, I think they've done the right thing. Get the ball off the park, conserve some energy. They've won the game. They don't need extra points at this stage of the tournament. They just need to be winning and make sure that they go through to the next round, conserving energy, understanding what they've done well and fixing the things they've done wrong. But a very good performance from Ireland, except for that last little slip, I would say, with Santos going through for the score. So, well done to Ireland, as we hear the crowd start to rave up a little bit, as the German women will be taking place very shortly.
Okay, and progressing with action here. still in the ranking semi-finals. It is Germany against Czechia. Our hosts struggling slightly on day one, but coming into things a little bit better yesterday. And I know Mette Zimmert, the captain, is very optimistic for good results today and making the most of the opportunities on hand. They were disappointed not to be playing in the cup competition, but it's a two-leg competition. It's with Split coming up as well. So all the points they can take away from this tournament will carry over to the total at the end, and that will decide the Rugby Europe Championship. I'm joined by Robert Amelung, who lives in Heidelberg himself, where many of these German women are based. So you know the squad well. What insiders do you have for us today, Robbie?
Yeah, I was in touch with a couple of them before, and they were really disappointed yesterday. Hey, losing 7 points to 5 is a disappointing result. But yeah, they'll be looking forward to this game. They have worked on their mental game, coming back from these losses, these tough losses where it's hard on your psyche as well. They've done some strategies on this. Actually, this is a rematch from day one. They lost to Czechia on day one in the pool match, so they're looking to make something up here as well.
There we see the squad for Czechia, and referee Jenny Lee, one of the most experienced referees here this weekend, taking charge of the game.
Also good.
And we've just got an interview coming up with the victorious team of the
So
previous
Amy,
game.
congratulations on that first win of the day. How is it playing in the much better weather today?
Oh, geez. No, yesterday our handling wasn't too bad yesterday now in the weather. We definitely adapted to the conditions, but it's so nice to come out today with no rain and a bit of a drier ball and drier pitch, so yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, much more free-flowing rugby.
Yeah.
We saw less mistakes from both teams. However, you guys capitalised on that a lot more. What was the team talk like last night?
I think we were disappointed with the result yesterday. Like, we really wanted to chase that semi-final, but we just had to reset and go and try get the best result we can get from the weekend. So we're chasing that 5th place playoff, and we're going to
Exactly. Get yourselves up there. Yeah, get yourselves up there. You have one more game later on today. So what will be the plan for the rest of the day?
I think find out what time we're playing at first, see how we measure out our day, and then just same as every game, prepare for the game like it's a final. Like, just go out there and show what we can do and prove ourselves to everyone back home.
Well, congratulations on the win. Wish you the best for the next game.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
So I'm back to the action here, and Germany have weathered the first storm, a promising Czech attack, and Laura Schwinn working really hard off the ball to tackle them into touch. But the first German attack now also breaking down as Hennig gets her foot in touch.
It's really good to see Ricarda Henning on the field. Hey, we were worried about her yesterday when she had to go down with a head knock. It seems like she passed her HIA wearing a headgear now, and she's got a taper on her chin, so maybe something happened there. But it looks like she's fit. She's got pace again. Unfortunately, stepping into touch there. But it's good to see it's nothing too bad on her.
Yeah, again, I was talking to the tournament doctors last night, and they were telling me the story a little bit. She did get caught, unfortunately, by a boot to the face, so she's got a slight hole in her lower lip. She's drinking water, or she's seeping water. She's losing her drinks as she tries to hydrate. So they've got that taped up, and she wasn't too upset about the injury. She just said, I'm really annoyed that I can't play for the rest of the day. So great to see her out there on the pitch today, Robbie, like you said. And we're back underway. Enough chit-chat. Let's focus on this action. And Germany do get the penalty. Czechia kicking the ball out of that scrum. You must hook, but you may not negatively disrupt that ball in that fashion. So Germany choose the scrum. And we know they can score from anywhere on the pitch.
It's interesting. They swapped Paula Schult and Mette Zimmert around a lot. Paula Schult was involved in the line out. She was in the forwards now that they have a scrum. Mette Zimmert's in the scrum. Paula Schult out at 6. So this is something they seem to be playing with a lot. 2 players with a similar skill set, both very quick, very explosive, good ball runners. So it seems like they want to get them into different opportunities, give them different opportunities.
Eagle eyes, Robbie. I'm impressed that you noticed that little swap. That's the advantage of having an insider, a local expert on your left-hand side. But Hennig with her second mistake of this game, so she's delighted to be back out there, but maybe that injury is still playing slightly on her mind. Czechia feed the scrum. All the pressure here. And a very flat attacking line, but it works well. Out to the edge. Good defense from Johanna Hacker. And also trying their best to get on that ball. but the tackle did just slide up over the shoulder, unfortunately, with one of her arms. So Czechia maintaining possession once more and building phase after phase in the German 22. Oh, and they do get a half break, getting the ball free. Offload is good and held up, I think. I didn't see a grounding. Jenny Lee saw one, and she was in the better position, so I'm sure she was right on this occasion. It was a great effort from the German defender.
I think she didn't give the held up call, and the ball was still available according to her. So then the Czech player picked it up. So we see here now the effort from Clotilde Malazier. She pulls her over, that ball holds up, and then the Czech player grips it out, puts it down, and that's the try that's been awarded. So yeah.
Absolutely fair, but what an effort in that tackle from the German defence. They were under so much pressure, relentless attacking there, going for the phases from Czechia. And Germany just unable to weather the storm.
I'm just wondering, I might be wrong on this, but could it be this is the first time that Germany's not scoring the first try in this tournament? I think so far in all the games they've played, they've been scoring first. Unfortunately on day one and day two, the attacking game as well, they've been losing afterwards. But I think this is the first time that they're not in the lead in the beginning.
Yeah, and just struggling to regather that ball, unfortunately. It is a little knock-on. I think that was Steffi Gruber, if I'm not mistaken. A stalwart of this team, a real experienced player, but that kickoff just coming low and bouncing and being awkward to take. Czechia once more with possession, so Germany really struggling to get their hands on the ball in this game, but they put on a powerful scrum here, conceding the penalty. Czechia are off. A nice little interchange in the left-hand side. Great defence once more from Hennig. And is that Laura Schwinn? Laura Schwinn with the jackal, and they're straight off into attack, transitioning beautifully, making a half break out of their own 22. Hennig to recycle, and they with the penalty once more, taken quickly, looking for the scissors on the outside. And now there's space. Now there's a lot of space if they can just move the ball to it. Oh, and they can. But that was illegal from Czechia, penalty Germany, and then maybe just an opportunity for us all to breathe.
There's going to be a yellow card for Czechia as well, with 3 penalties in a very, very short row. It's also always struggles at the breakdown, so it makes sense. It's a team yellow card here. Unfortunately for the player being involved here. But yeah, really good transition as well. First, that scramble defense from Ricarda Hennig, working back there, making the tackle. Laura Schwinn as well, getting the turnover. And then Laura Schwinn with the quick thinking, going forward. The next penalty, Ricarda Hennig doing the same thing, quick thinking, going forward. And that's how they got up to halfway now. And we'll get a little break as Paula Schultz down.
Yeah, Paula Schultz is getting some treatment for an ankle injury there, but she's good to continue. The physio's done their job. These athletes are resilient and tough as you like, so she seems pretty unperturbed by that.
Yeah, she's a very tough player.
And Germany with a super attacking platform here, just around the middle of the pitch from the scrum. Lots of space, and Mette Zimmert is back out in the backs this time.
I was going to say, they're swapping her around again. They did that on the defensive one as well. I wonder what the thinking is behind that. I can't really see a pattern.
It seems to be depending on the pattern they want to play, and Zimmert is the danger woman for this team. She has pace for days and a beautiful balance when she runs, and with a smile on her face she touches down, leading her team here as a captain and through her performance. Here we see the replay, just slowing, decelerating, accelerating, and running the curve, smiling on home ground. And if I'm not mistaken, she's from Hamburg as well, isn't she? I'm
not sure, to be honest. She plays with Hayaka. She used to play with Cologne a couple of years back as well. I'm not sure if she's from Hamburg, but you might be right on this one. I just know that since I've been playing seniors rugby, which was around about 2017, 2018, she was in Cologne at that time.
Yeah, big fan base here in Hamburg, and I'm pretty sure her early days were spent here before she learned rugby abroad in New Zealand. Anyway, back to the action. Enough chit-chat. It's a tight old game. We will see the tap before we go into half-time. Germany with a 2-point lead, and the next break in play will be the end of the first half. So Germany looking to keep the defence tight and weather any storm coming. Oh, and that's desperately unfortunate, but Hennig has the pace.
Again, Ricarda Hennig with the scramble tackle.
Oh, but Rigatova does crash over for the try for Czechia, despite the best efforts of Hennig. So she had a couple of little mistakes in attack, Hennig, but she's working her butt off in defence. Here we see the initial break, the tackle, the offload, and the finish for number 9 of Czechia. And the conversion unsuccessful, so 2 missed conversions from Czechia does leave the door open for Germany. It's 10-7 at half-time, a slight advantage for the guests here. But it's a very tight stage of affairs.
We're not stopping the offloads, they're killing us on offloads, okay? Take a breath, we're making too many unforced errors. We've just scored that try, okay, and we've rushed to kick off, okay? Take a minute, let's calm down, make sure we execute these moments, especially when it's a dead piece of time, okay? When we're good girls, okay, we're looking really good, all right? We're in this game, all right? If we can fix those things in the second half, we're good, all right? But at the minute, they're getting past us, they're offloading because we're not getting the top in, and we're not quick enough to chase the support, okay? If we can't get to the ball carrier, we've got to get to support. I need more there off the ball. I need more, okay? Gazina's going to come in for Pauli, okay? The rest of the subs are going to come soon. Is anyone fucked or we're good? Okay, so show me that.
In defense, continue to defend correctly. Just be careful on the closure inside. 2 times, you leave a lot of spaces. For that, the player go on this space, okay? So it's very important to communicate and more press together. Okay, girl?
So, apologies for the language from Curtis Bradford. He's a true gentleman of the sport. I think just lacking the vocabulary in that incident. Anyway, here we see the highlights. Meted Simet with the sole try for the hosts. And this was the answer from Czechia. A powerful break, a soft offload, and a cool finish from the supporting player. And Czechia with a 3-point lead as we commence. They will kick off here. Germany playing from right to left in the white kit in the second half.
We've seen change. Gesine Adler's come on for Paula Schulz, so maybe that ankle injury has been worse than she expected. Gesine Adler's a very quick player, very elusive. She's hard to tackle, hard to bring down, so she's going to make an impact here as well.
Yeah, and another player where they're keeping it in the family, Hannes Adler, also involved in the men's 7 setup here. So great to see that. And we're underway. Hennig with another big hit, working hard off the ball.
You need to be on your feet.
Unfortunately, just conceding the penalty. I think Jenny Lee saying you got to get back to your feet before you play that ball. And Czechia, slow it down, choose the scrum. There's no rush here. They want all the German forwards in one place. Here we see the replay. It was a positive attack from the German side until the little errors started to creep in under the pressure. And some changes coming in here as well, so fresh legs for Czechia. We see number 10 and number 6 taking to the field. That is Anderlova and Skalova. So fresh legs looking to make the difference here in the second half. First attack really for Czechia. Moving the ball well, but that pass slightly in the back. Just slowing things down a little bit. And they come back to the left, a big powerful fend. That was the new woman, Skalova.
And on Steffi Gruber, she's a really good defender. It's very impressive to get her going backwards like that. But now Germany win a penalty and looking to spread it. Lotte Malazier with Maditsima on the wraparound, doing the same thing. Back to the Czech defense, bumping someone off, getting an offload away to Johanna Hake, who doesn't really have space to attack here.
Yeah, there's a positive chance there, and Maditsima with the hands again on the ball. So there's, again, I'm confusing our blondies. Germany, a little bit lateral there from Johanna Hake, but she binds in 2, 3, 4 defenders. There must be space somewhere if they can recycle and move it now. Oh, once more, little knock on. Oh, and that's a coach killer, isn't it? You've worked hard to get back possession, you're 3 points behind. And just these little inaccuracies. Here we see again that big fend from Skalova.
I've never seen Steffi Gruber being set down like that. This is really impressive stuff. Yeah, Johanna Haka, unfortunately, just as Mette Zimmer, she's dangerous when I look at that. There's 2 defenders on her. There's 2 other defenders looking if they need to help. So there's really, there has to be space somewhere. She's drawn in 4 defenders, either on her or at least with the eyes. But then losing the ball on the floor just kills that good work.
Yeah, it's a shame for her. Like you said, a really experienced player, a really dangerous player. If you look up competitive spirit in the dictionary, you find a picture of Johanna Haka.
Yeah. It's all right. Germany win a scrum penalty. It's her first tournament back from injury. She was on crutches a couple of weeks ago, so I don't know how much she was able to train with the team. Maybe there's some lack of experience. Still needs to find her rhythm again. But yeah, agreed. Really hard worker.
So Germany tapping, casually starting a move. Just setting the contact in the middle of the pitch, recycling, going back down the right. That is Gesine Adler. She plays the ball back inside. Charlie, Maletier, Johanna Haka spreading the ball in the width now. They've seen an opportunity. Oh, but not much going there for Julia Brown, the Czech defender. That was Rigatova closing her down very effectively. So Germany looking the other side once more, and a slight gap opening up for Mette Zimmer, able to go through this time. But they keep the ball alive. And yeah, is Adler, Gesine Adler, dragged down. But Germany is starting to make some progress here. Patient build-up, Julia Brown.
How did Mette Zimmer get that ball away earlier, eh? She was on the floor for all night, and all of a sudden Gesine Adler has the ball.
Czechia with the penalty, and they're off. Onto the left-hand side. Inaccuracy once more, very flat in attack. So they'll need to find a bit more depth if they really want to move the ball like this.
Play on.
Skalova, once more looking to the physicality. Julia Brown had a good, well under control. And Mette Zimmer looking for the intercept there, unable to win the ball back for her side, but the pressure comes on and it's very slow here. Broken for Czech. The defensive line for Germany is set, and they're able just to keep putting this pressure on, hit after hit.
Yeah, we talked a lot about connection in the German team. Czech having a lot of movement, trying to stride things, but Germany stay connected, have good communication, who's taking who, don't buy in.
For me, there were 2 knock-ons.
Yeah, that was a double knock-on there. The first one coming from Germany, the second from Czech. So Czechia will have the scrum, really promising position. They still have their 3-point lead, so they have control of the fixture. It's on a knife edge, but they do have the advantage.
No tries being scored in the second half yet, with over the half to go. But now Czech with the scrum in a very dangerous position. German defense has been looking good, so let's see what will happen here.
Yeah, it really has, very well organized.
Space okay? Tackler!
And they win the penalty, so Germany rewarded for their patience and discipline, and they come away. Steffi Gruber, oh, that's off the head, so that probably won't be classed as a knock-on. Exactly, Jenny Lee on point.
Leave it there. No blue.
Brown. Julia Brown with the post-contact meters, a good leg drive there. Gesine Adler. Into the centre through Gruber, hitting a hard crash line, but the Czech defence up for that challenge. There'll need to be more deception in the running lines, I think. A good inside step, an outside step. The power comes on once more, and we've seen this so often here in Hamburg. Mette Zimmer on her own, running under the posts, scoring for the German women's sevens team. Things you love to see. Mette Zimmer in full flow.
Yeah, that is very impressive, isn't it? She's done it twice in this game already. Just taking that acceleration that she has to offer, that explosive speed, and then just too quick to be caught once she gets the half break. running away. This is a very important try. Germany have been defending all half. They haven't really been able to do anything with the ball. But then individual brilliance of Mette Zimmer gets them that very deserved try as a reward for their great defense.
Absolutely. As we see, defense can win games. Germany retake the lead after being trapped in their own 22 for the majority of this half. We've only got 30 seconds left to play, less than, and it's a 4-point advantage for the hosts. Julia Brown just communicating with her chasers, organising the team. They look for a good competitive kick on this instance. No, they look to go long, forcing Czechia to go all the way. Rigatova struggles to gather, and Germany high fives all round. They know what that means. If they secure this scrum, they just need to get the ball off the pitch and they will progress into the ranking final later today.
It was next to the commentary box here. We saw them all cheering while Charlotte Malazier, she was calming her team down. And it was funny because Curtis Breff was next to us and he was screaming at the field, "Hey, calm, calm, calm," in a very paradox way. But they stayed calm, they finished the job, secured the scrum. Ball goes back to Mette Zimmer, she kicks the touch. So Germany get their revenge from day one after losing to Czechia there. This time beating them with 14 points to 10. Mette Zimmer has to be thanked. They have to thank Mette Zimmer for her breakaways and Lotte Malazier for hitting the converters. This is what made the difference. Both teams scored 2 tries, but Malazier's boot saved the day.
Yeah, isn't it great to see the emotion on the German faces? Robbie, maybe you just want to tell us, you know the girls best, tell us what this might mean to them.
This is going to mean a lot to them. They were really disappointed with their first day performance, especially against Czechia, because they said they're in to beat this. They have the potential to do, and now they've proved that they can do that. So they'll be really happy with this. They'll be on fire in the next game.
So, und während unsere Girl gegen den Platz verlässt, könnt ihr die nochmal richtig anfeuern, Hamburg. Sie spielen hier auf Platz 5. Wir kommen jetzt gleich zu den Herren-Halbfinals auf Platz 5. Es geht gleich weiter mit dem Team gegen Portugal.
So we continue with the action here in Hamburg. No rest for the wicked, so to speak. Rowan Frostwick with a steely look in his eye. We're back to the men's competition, and it's the ranking semi-finals, match 25 then followed by 26. It's Great Britain, Portugal, then we'll have Spain, Georgia. So these are the teams that will be disappointed with the starts to the tournament. Great pedigree, but just not quite making the breakthrough in the cup. So Portugal, can you remember, Robbie, you commentated that one yourself in an epic fixture against Belgium yesterday. Will that have an effect? I think they played over 20 minutes of rugby in one game.
That game was unbelievable. I was up and running and full of adrenaline even 3 hours after the day was done, because that game really had me emotionally going, as it was so exciting to watch. I reckon Portugal, they'll be angry, they'll be emotional, they'll be looking to cut back, so I don't think it has an effect on them playing poorly, because I think this is something that really burns you up. But they have played so much rugby yesterday. We have an interview coming up, probably.
I think we've got some technical issues, unfortunately, once more. Let's see if we can get that running for you.
And there we go. Now we get the call. The interview's going to come in afterwards. We'll talk.
So I'm here with Mette Zimmer, captain of the German team. Congratulations on that win. Was it as easy as it looked?
Well, it was not easy at all. I think it was a big fight. Probably we defended for like 12 and a half minutes. So we didn't have much ball, but the balls we got at the end, we scored from them. And I'm very proud of the girls. They never went into red head. I think we managed it very well.
But what a try from you at the end there to win it. That's great pace. You've obviously been working this year on your speed.
Yeah, thank you. It's always good to see that all the hard work you put in pre-season comes to the result we wanted.
So you didn't quite make it to the quarterfinals here, unfortunately, but what's the goal for this next game then? Is it a big win? You're going to come up against Poland, we think, but will it be a big win against them, or is it just work hard and see what happens?
Yeah, obviously we want to get 5th now. We're so close to having a good position, so yeah, we will see what's coming next, but I think it's probably Ireland, because and we know how they play, so we will prepare well and then try our best.
Yeah, apologies for that. I said Poland there. It is Ireland next. I wish you all the best in that one. Good luck. Let's see how far we can go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and my co-commentator Andy, a little bit provocative in that interview, describing it as easy. I don't think there's anything easy about sevens rugby, but that's just my opinion. And as he was talking, we did see the first try of this game already. It was Fatty combining beautifully with Coots, and Portugal take control of the fixture.
Yeah, like we expected, Portugal's on fire. They'll be fired up. They'll have a point to prove. They'll be really disappointed losing that game yesterday after being 19 points ahead at halftime. So yeah, they have a point to prove. They want to be fired up. They want to play good, which is what they're doing so far. But now
Monya makes a break. Monya, he was electric yesterday. Didn't quite find the space that he's finding today. And the support is also there. Sorry, Robbie, I'm interrupting you, but I just got excited.
Yeah, no worries. Very fair. It was a great break by Monya. But as I was saying, I think the exciting part is going to be in the late stages of Portugal. They've played so much rugby yesterday. We're going to see if the game management is going to get poor in the end, if they try it out quickly. As of now, they look like they've recovered well from the initial break from Monya, and the defense looks to be on top again.
Yeah, and unfortunately Monya then just passing the ball all the way back to where he ran from. So Britain building once more from deep, but it's looking much more optimistic than most of their attacking play yesterday, so really with momentum up the park. Little one-handed offload, the Portuguese defend up to that. Frostwick ships the ball quickly out wide. Waugh. Frostwick recycling, just throwing that on. Not the cleanest of passes, but he did get the ball into space. And they go through the middle. Fatty just going off his feet on this occasion. It was too tempting not to, and Frostwick plays quickly. Unfortunately not from the mark on this occasion. So the penalty remains, but they'll have to take it again. Tom Burton with his hands on the ball, passing it on to Monya, so it will be a scrum. And Monya with that initial break that got Britain underway. A very slight player, but he's got great speed, a great balance and vision. Rowan Frostwick right out on the 5-metre line here on the left-hand side. And on the opposite side, we see a player also taking up the wide position with, I believe, Tom Burton in the pocket position just behind the scrum. So difficult for Portugal to defend from here. But they get the pressure on in the scrum, and Monya doing very well with 3 Portuguese players piling in on him. Britain need to be careful not to get isolated here. Fighting for every inch. Waugh trying to clean that ruck, but the counter does come on, and Portugal in possession in search of the second try for their team. And they move the ball. That had to go. Running back into traffic. And that was a bit of an anticlimax, a very promising situation. I felt they could have played out to the wide left there, Robbie. There seemed to be a player in space.
Yeah, it looked like the space was outside, but we've seen Portugal do that switch play a lot. They like to get the ball into the middle, have both options, and then go back to the side where they came from. This is one of their standard moves. So it probably was pre-called on this occasion, I'm not sure.
So Frostwick to throw in. And they go to the back. It's an overthrow, and Portugal are first to capitalise on that slip-up. And they play out to the wide left. They seem to have the option here. Straightening up, powering through 1, powering through 2. Camera, Vasco, Camera. What a brilliant effort for him, breaking 2 British tackles.
Yeah, he's had a great tournament so far. He was really good in that fixture yesterday against Belgium as well. Really felt for him personally as he made the tackle on Godsmack when he scored the winning try. So he really felt for him as he was putting in a great effort there. So good to see him here, shaking back and just holding the ball in 2 hands, holding it up, keep the defenders guessing so they don't commit too hard on him, and then he's too powerful in those half attempts and he breaks through and scores.
And the conversion just sliding past the upright. So Portugal with a 12-point advantage with just over a minute to play in the first half. And Britain setting up with 3 lifting pods. Right, left and middle. So a lot of space for the Portuguese to kick into. And it is Frostwick who rises to the skies and unfortunately fumbling this one. Portugal looking for try number 3. They go on the outside. And once more, whilst trying to get the ball into the hands of the big man, Fatty, it just floats into touch.
Yes, a lot of little mistakes by Portugal, which is probably the fatigue we spoke about yesterday, we spoke about earlier. They're looking really sharp, they know what they want to do, they want to execute, they want to score some expensive rugby as they're capable of, and they have a point to prove. But just with them having played so much rugby the last 2 days, this is basically their 6th game, as yesterday was pretty much counting as 2 games. Just slight inaccuracies coming in the pass execution gets harder, but this is not important for Hayden Han, who puts in a great carry, runs over the GB defender, and then dots the ball down the corner.
Yeah, Lewis Wells getting caught a little bit on the outside there, unfortunately losing possession. Tom Burton doing his very best to make up for the error, but unable to stop Hayden Han of Portugal on his way to the try line. Big old fend there. Well, he actually had the ball in what we consider the wrong hand, but it doesn't matter if you've got a fend like that.
Thomas Burton's getting sent flying there. He does well to stay on his feet and try to make a cover tackle again, but Hayden Han's then too quick after the initial dominating of the collision. And over he goes.
A good strike on the kick, but unfortunately just dropping under the crossbar. So Portugal with a good advantage going into half-time, 17 points to 0. We'll see if we can get some microphones into these huddles for the fans back home.
Just go down, set it, and speed it through these boys. Possession is king. That's where we're losing. We're losing on the rocks. Yeah, so if you're carrying, you've got to work like fuck on that bullet ball. Sorry, friend. You've got to work like really hard. Bullet, we have to win the race, lock it down. See if it's there to hit and then be 9. Hit. I'd rather we keep the ball and overload the rock than lose the ball and we're constantly on the back foot.
That's one thing, you boys.
Acontece alguma coisa, os erros, a próxima, não vamos estar no passado, vamos para a frente, acabou, ok? Pensarmos só naquilo que vem para a frente. Atenção ao pontapé de saída, o Vasco é o único que está em linha, está bem, vocês estão todos à fora de jogo, aguentam um passo atrás para irmos, manter o Vasco lá em cima, está bem? Vamos receber agora o pontapé de saída, vamos sair bem como deve ser, montar jogo.
So I hope you guys back home were able to pick up on all of that. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. Rowan Frostwick, he's such an authentic character. I must apologise for his language once more, but he apologised to himself. Wasn't that a funny little moment?
Absolutely loved that. That was one of the greatest moments of the day so far. Him adapting, seeing the microphone and then changing his wording. Brilliant.
Yeah, yesterday it was every second word was started with an F, so he's making great improvements throughout the tournament.
Maybe someone told him.
Great to see the development of all these players. So Rowan Frostwick will get us underway here. As I said, a great authentic little character. Frosty Frostwick. A good kickoff, just travelling over the 10, well contested. Portugal do come away with the ball though before coughing it up. One knock on after the other, so it will be Portuguese scrum.
First was backwards, then forward.
And that's pretty much a perfect start to this half for them, isn't it, Robbie? They'll just want to have possession. They've got a 17-point lead.
Yeah, it's pretty much what they said at halftime, outside of them apologising. They're running after the game too much. They want to dominate more. They want to have a bigger impact on it. So this is exactly what.
Well, you got it wrong. That's exactly what you need to listen.
I got it wrong. Apologies.
That's why you're still in your internship, Robbie. Jokes aside, you are the expert here. And Portugal on a promising attack here again. Real pace, real intent in the forward direction. Lovely little scissors play on the outside. And the break is there from Coots. Dragged down in 22. Portugal keeping that momentum going through Vasco Durao.
Tackle blue, release 8.
Great British defence. They worked really hard to get back there, and they've push Portugal back out of their 22. So Kutz once more, a little bit desperate there, looking for space, not finding any. And they keep working the short side. Oh, ball in one hand, risky stuff, but it does work out. Kutz with the ball again, offloading in field before Britain do force him over the edge. Tom Burton with a quick line out. Lewis Wells puts boot to ball and chases himself. Lewis Wells streaking after it, but the Portuguese will be first. Oh, a horrible little bounce. Works well for Great Britain, and they have the penalty.
Number 1.
Radcliffe just taking the ball away from Lewis Wells, saying, no, we're not playing quick this time. I need to breathe.
Yeah, Kuto, he gets really unlucky there with the bounce. He does really well to chase back on the kick, being the first on the ball, like you said. But then the ball takes an unfortunate bounce that he doesn't see. And then he does his best to contest, but loses his footing and therefore not supporting his body weight. That's the penalty they got against him.
Yeah, and Britain are on the way here. Frostwick distributing out into the wide chance. Golden Clark. We've seen an infringement, and the ball has travelled forward. Referee blowing his whistle brings an end to that attack. I thought that was a certain try. Golden Clark with all the space.
Yeah, a yellow card is so influential in the game of sevens. It almost always leads to at least one try scored by the team that has the numbers on the other team. But we've seen Portugal yesterday manage yellow cards really, really well. Twice they were down, and twice they wouldn't get points against them, even though they were outnumbered. So this is something they must have been practicing a lot. Let's see if they can do it again in this game.
Yeah, that's something that most of the teams do practice these days. What do we do when we do go down to 6? Obviously, you want to try and avoid it, but sometimes it will happen. And just a slight stoppage in play as we see some players getting some treatment, and this is the last attack from that penalty with the man advantage. And that breakdown was good. The error came just afterwards in the distribution to the wing.
Yeah, that's been a trend in coaching for a couple of years now. That you give your players scenarios they're in, which the scenario is like, we've got 5 minutes to play, we're 2 points up, anything like that. How do you adapt? How do you play on this? And one of these scenarios is also this player gets a yellow card in the 5th minute while we're up, while we're down. So this is something that we're very well prepared for, as we've seen yesterday.
And when you have discipline like Portugal have shown this weekend, you need to practice it. No offence meant. It does seem to be a recurring pattern though. And here we go, off the base through Diaz. Diaz moving the ball out to the wing. Putting boot to ball and chasing here, but Golden Clark has the pace to get back, unable to regather. The ball has gone backwards though, and Britain back in numbers.
It's an interesting choice to kick it back while you're a man down, because you want to keep possession, run their clock down, and now they give Great Britain an opportunity to attack while they have the extra man.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. They must have really fancied the pace in that situation, maybe underestimating Golden Clark, and Britain come away with the ball beautifully.
Yeah, especially with the kick being as central as it was, so the whole British backline can run onto it. It's not just a one-on-one foot race on the outside.
Yeah, so Britain back into action here. Stepping, Tom Burton. A nice pass out to the wing. Radcliffe puts boot to ball as well. Will you be able to regather? It's a horrible bouncing ball for the Portuguese. Radcliffe doing very well to contest that. I think the referee is blowing up for the knock-on. Radcliffe, while chasing, must have just got his hand on that.
Great handling by Marcus though, hey? When he's on the floor there and the ball's bouncing and he's little time to grab it, Henry gathers it twice without knocking it on. Really good stuff.
Yeah, that was immense pressure there for it's a horrible feeling when you're chasing back, having to gather a bobbling ball like this, and the Portuguese dealing with it. There we see the knock on. But like you said, Portugal dealing with that well. Once more, just a little bit of stop-start here.
Okay, time on.
We've seen a lot of scrums this weekend. Yesterday, partly due to the weather, and I think that was all the kicks we're seeing. Maybe a sign of fatigue. And Portugal once more picking from the base. It's a lovely little burst from Diaz. Diaz rides the challenge from Frostwick and cuts back infield. Fatty on the crash line, but he is rejected. And Portugal on the right-hand side, once more putting boot to ball. But Britain turning, reacting quickly and getting back behind it once more.
Counter's fine.
Before the counter-ruck comes in from Fatih, and that was absolutely fantastic awareness to see the opportunity, and they do get the try. Francisco Marques extending the Portuguese lead with 2.5 minutes left to play.
Yeah, like you said, really good opportunities in there. They have a go at the ball. It's cleaned out well, but then you see the break, there's no cleaner on the rack, so it's an easy counter-rack for him. And then Marcus picks the ball, goes around the fringe, and puts it down.
So here we see the conversion. And it is good, just dribbling over the bar. And Portugal, after their 4th try of the fixture, move to 24 points to 0. The winner of this fixture playing then either Spain or Georgia. That game coming up in just a few minutes' time. As we see the last 1.5 minutes of Portugal against Great Britain, the ranking semi-final. Rising to the skies is Gregor Johnson, and Golden Clark with a long fast pass out wide. A good fend coming in. And Great Britain moving the ball nicely, but not progressing up the pitch yet. Radcliffe. Portugal looking to contest that one once more. Golden Clark looking to do it through muscle. Normally we see him trying to hit the edges. And once more, Britain move the ball. Pressure in the centres. Tom Burton puts in the kick. Oh, unlucky, that ball just wouldn't quite sit up for them. Richie Mitchell being frustrated in that instance.
Yeah, I'd like to point out, we were talking about Portugal might be tired in the late stages, they've played more, but I think the second half looks even better as they're so composed. There's no way through, they're defending really well, forcing Great Britain to kick. And also these slight inaccuracies we've seen a couple of times by them in the first half, they're gone as well. So Portugal really showed they're not affected physically by the game yet. They had yesterday. They're playing their best rugby here.
Yeah, Silva taking the quick tap here, and Portugal are in possession. They're looking for one last try. They don't really need it, but they have a point to prove today, and they're on their way to the line. And we do see a kick that works for an attack. Francisco Marques. I believe that's the second of the game. I'm not keeping the stats here, to be honest.
He definitely has a good game. We've mentioned his name a couple of times, so yeah, he was a player that had an influence. I'm not sure if he scored it before, but yeah, agreed. He had a really, really good game. It's a nice grab. It's good to see them bouncing back from that tough loss yesterday.
Yeah, great stuff from Portugal, but some very dejected looks on the British faces. They are bitterly disappointed with their tournament this weekend, but it's not over yet. Both teams will have another game to play as Portugal practice their kicking with great success.
suchen jetzt den Gegner der Portugiesen im Finale auf Platz 5. Es spielen Spanien gegen Georgien.
Next up, ranking semi-final, Spain taking on Georgia. Georgia in their traditional burgundy dress, the Spanish kicking off proceedings in their white changing strip. But first up, interview with the Portuguese team.
It was a very big one, very convincing. Well done bouncing back from a very tough game yesterday. Did you feel like you had a point to prove?
Yeah. Thank you very much. It was a tough game. The first day is difficult, but we do our job and show these people we need to be in the final.
Yeah, with one more game coming up, you already said you want to win it. What was the preparation looking like?
Yeah, it's the same of that games, and now we're gonna see this game, Spain against Georgia, and study them.
All right, looking forward to see more of you then. Take care, all the best for the last game. Well done.
So a little interview with Portugal there. Still probably a little annoyed at some of the happenings yesterday, but they've got to get on with it. And as they just said, the winner of this game here, the Spain-Georgia game, will go on to play them in the final for the 9th place playoff, as we see Georgia getting ball and a bit of go forward, showing their traditional strength, and then moving it wide with a little chip through, putting Spain on the back foot.
Georgia's 15, Kyriakashvili, is maybe the most physical player in this entire competition, and Spanish needed a couple guys to take him down. However, now for the first time they're in possession. They started off with a kickoff that was intense, so ever since it had been the Georgians attacking. However, Spain now under pressure, deep in their own half.
Yeah, we talked about Spain over the last couple of days. They've got a bit of a development squad this year. They'll be looking to grow as they go through this tournament and the next tournament, and blood some of these younger players, but they've been playing some good rugby when they do move it, as we're seeing here, going out to the wide channels, and some lovely footwork there, stepping inside and stepping outside. It's Canepo Mendo. He's had a good tournament so far, and they've gone now from their 22 right the way up to inside the Georgian half. However, that ball's out. The referee's saying it's out. Great turnover from Georgia. 2 passes should do it. Georgia have brought on a big unit there.
Yeah, that was the player I was talking about earlier. Daviti Kyriakashvili. What a unit. And surprisingly, if you look at him, you wouldn't think that he's the traditional mold of a sevens player. However, the big man can shift, and he has the stamina to go for a full half. However, he is taking in the bit deep ones here.
Yeah, as you said, Dennis, yeah, he's not your traditional shape for sevens, but if the boy can power, take in a couple of defenders, and certainly he showed some finishing speed there, so let's take nothing away from him. Let's not make accusations based on his looks. You do not read, you do not judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, I'm wondering, the Spanish sweeper, did he fall for the dummy step, or did he just not want to tackle him? I'm not sure.
Well, let's think, would you want to tackle him?
Very much not.
But anyway, the conversion is good, so 7-0 to Georgia with the kickoff to come. And we were talking in previous games, and I heard the last commentators mentioning it as well, the kickoffs have been much better today because we don't have the wind of the first of day 1 and we don't have the rain of day 2, so we're hoping for a lot more free-flowing rugby, traditional seven style, and it seems to be happening already.
Yeah, and I mean, yes, the conditions were challenging yesterday and on Friday. However, we did see some drama. As you mentioned, the Portuguese were involved in one of the matches. I mean, Belgium yesterday taking it into the second half of extra time. That was maybe the most dramatic match I've ever seen on the sevens pitch. Let's see whether today will bring as much drama.
Yeah, certainly had the crowd engaged yesterday. We've already heard a bit of noise when the Germans were playing, German women that is, playing earlier, so there's a bit of noise from the crowd, and I'm seeing a couple of Portuguese groups over there, and couple of Spanish flags as well. So there's some people there as we see Spain flying up the outside.
Yeah.
Not quite able to stay in.
Yeah, Dabo Ravi really dishing it up to Mendo, who loses possession.
Leave the ball, scrum is here.
Oh no, it was called back earlier. My bad. That was all after the whistle, so I'm not entirely sure. Oh no. I mean, the whistle saved him from a bit of embarrassment here.
Yeah, I'm not sure with the hand signals. We've not got a great view just now of that side of the field. Sun straight in our eyes, but it is a scrum. It is a Georgia ball. Let's play on and see what's happening. A lovely little sniping break from the scrum half there. Great tackling from Spain. Georgia showing some power in there.
Matias really doing well to keep the pill and offloaded off the deck. And he goes again, Kaliakashvili. Loves to take on the defenders.
This is good. There's big open space here for Georgia if they want to use it, but opting for the contact to get a little turnover. Spain quick to pounce on it. Throwing the ball out wide to that man, Canepa Mendo again. He's released it off. Gets the ball back after 2 passes. Looks like he's under the post for Spain's first try of the day.
Yeah, this is how fast things can proceed. Georgia attacking really well on the one end. However, a stray boot meant that the ball squirted out at the side and the Spanish were quick to pounce. Good interplay, and Mendo ends up scoring and probably converting his own try as well now. So all level after just under 5 minutes played.
Yeah, we're seeing Georgian player Arkvache just having a little chat with the referee. He was not happy about something. I'm not sure what it was, but let's give credit to Spain there. When they did get the turnover there in the break, they had support players, and we can see how quickly, as you said there, Dennis, see how quickly the game can suddenly change, which was what makes it, for me, a really good spectator sport. Oh, we're getting someone getting carried off here. Looks like it'll be a Georgian change. We can't see who's off. We can see that
number 1, I think.
Abinashvili's coming back on.
Yeah, I think it's Kevkishvili. Excuse my Georgian pronunciation.
No, you've got one too many players on. They've had a yellow.
Yeah, I think you're right. There is Kevkishvili coming off. Didn't quite see what happened. We'll maybe get a rerun later on, but let's get back to the action, as a few other changes have just been made as well.
Going off, yes? No. Hay una amarilla, tiene que ir uno.
So you see that replay, maybe that's what happened there. I think Arkvache was just making a bit of a fun thing with the Spanish players. However, back to the game, back to the action. We've got your best buddy here, making some breaks down the outside, drawing in players, releasing the ball. Again, good free-flowing rugby from Georgia. They're not just about crashing it up, they've got some handling ability here. Strong on the feet.
That is the leg drive your coach wants to see on. Spanish pretty much off their feet there, pretty blatantly playing the ball.
Yeah, that's Rekashvili. He's definitely been showing some power throughout this tournament. Just those extra few meters, forcing the penalty out of Spain. And then they're opting for the scrum by the looks of things to create a platform to launch from. However, I will eat my words there, as they've decided to do the tap and go. Set play. Great little offload. Once again, taking it up, tying in some of these Spanish players. It's 3 Spaniards in there. Have they managed to secure it? It's a bit scrappy. It's come back to the Georgian side. Getting moved to the outside line. Lovely little sidestep. Modabache. And the in-goal referee saying it's held up. We'll get a closer look at it here as we see the replay coming.
That would be surprising because, I mean, maybe this angle would be a bit better. Yeah, oh my God, that was well defended. Maybe the first touch, maybe the first situation he might have dotted it down.
Yeah, well, Motobachi saying he did, but at the end of the day, we've got the two referees in goal and the main referee both in good positions there to make a good call. And it will be a scrum 5, ball held up. Still a Georgia ball, great position to launch from. I'd like to see them just move it out wide and just come at pace and just attack.
That earlier phase was a little bit one-dimensional. Basically, everyone trying to go for the line. Not really using the space. Oh, that was a good line, however, well dealt with by the Spanish. Making a mess of the rug. Yeah. That was a little bit too adventurous in the rug.
And it's good work, great tackle on that first up tackle on that hard line coming from Georgia, but great leg tackle, stopped him in his tracks, but then good support from Georgia.
Georgia again trying route 1. This time he gets it. Motobachi.
Yeah, he's got his try at last, and Motobachi's decided that the referees have decided this time he's touched it down. Took a little bit longer than he expected, but lovely bit of footwork again. Just found the outside shoulder of one player, inside shoulder of another, and he's sneaked through that gap. Lovely little bit of footwork though, Dennis.
Yeah, not the traditional Georgian style, but he can shift, and now he'll try to add the extras and convert his own try.
Yep, this will be the last kick of the half. Let's see if we can get this one over as we get a good view of it, and unfortunately just drifts out to the left-hand side of the post as we go into half-time with Georgia 12, Spain 7. Great game so far.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's been end-to-end stuff. Good tries, as we talked about the good weather, or the better weather, meaning we're getting a more free-flowing game, less mistakes, and more players trying to force the errors out of players as we get an opportunity to listen in to the teams at halftime.
ესე იგი, ამ წუთას ერთი წუთი შეცვლა არ მექნება. თამაში ისევ დაუბრუნდებით ჩვენ ვინც ვართ. კარგი? გაყოფა შერკინებიდან როგორც ვაკეთებთ. ერთ-ერთი ალიბეგ, შუა გათამაშება ჯარიმის თავისუფლად შეგვიძლია თუ კი ვიქნებით ორგანიზებულები და სწრაფად თავდადებით. მაგრამ ვერ გავექცევით რაგს, მეგობ. კარგი შენარჩუნება იყო, ოღონდ ბევრი არის ზღვარზე ვთამაშ.
Y vamos a centrarnos en nuestro trabajo. Lo podemos hacer, chicos. ¿Vale? Necesitamos confianza e ir sueltos. ¿Vale? En cuando hemos chocado en una banda, en otra y hemos vuelto, hay huecos. Hay que seguir con eso. ¿Vale, chicos?
Vamos, vamos. 7 minutos más. Mucho tiempo, mucho tiempo. 1, 2, 3, España.
Ahí va,
Looking at some of the highlights of the first half again. And yeah, I gotta say, 3 well-worked tries, but especially that Spanish combination was the pick of the ones we've seen. Spain didn't get really a lot more opportunities. However, when it arose, they were quick to pounce.
Yeah, we've not quite seen the free-flowing play that we're used to seeing the higher level players from Spain play. That we're slowly getting there. They are moving the ball. I'd like to see them move it from side to side a little bit more and create some opportunities, but it's still early days. Second half, full 7 minutes to go as the kickoff comes in from Babunyashvili. Spain collecting in their own 22, a nice deep kick. Georgia forcing them back, having to play from basically their own try line. They've already made it outside the 22. There we go, there's the nice wide passes, trying to open up the spaces, use some of that speed they've got. Not scared to take a little bit of contact, but good speed to the breakdown. As we see it come back to the other side. However, good Georgian defense. Yeah, looks like they get the turnover there. That was good work in the midfield from Georgia.
Really good chop tackle, and then just the support was lacking. So getting a bit of getting punished a little bit for trying to play really wide in their own 22.
Yeah, we just see the replay there, how quick Georgia got to the breakdown. Spain a little slow, and then just a little knock-on the ground there. And this time Georgia opting for the scrum. We saw in the first half they took the penalty option. Now they've got the scrum, so lots of bags of tricks as they move it out to the wide channels. Just a little static, but we're seeing that Archvace has managed to get the ball back again.
That was hard contact. And straight away yellow.
Yeah, it looked like a no-arm sort of shoulder hit. He got his body in the wrong position.
Yeah, it was a double hit. I think he got chopped low, and then second Spanish player went in. Probably got to see the replay before.
Yeah, I don't think it's malicious, but I think he's just, as you said, got himself in the wrong position and just didn't really wrap his arms, in my opinion, here. I think that's what we're seeing. Is still hit ball, hasn't quite gone to the top, but he's just not wrapped that right arm, has he? He's just tucked it in there, very South African style.
Yeah, just under the chin, luckily. Otherwise, it could have gone worse for, I think Pavnoshvili is the one who got tackled there.
Yeah, and on that note, we had a chat with the sighting officer yesterday. They've had no major issues that they've had to deal with, which is great news. It means it's been a fairly good and fair competition so far. Nobody having too many complaints about silly high hits or anything like that. So let's hope it continues for today as well, as we see Georgia just knocking that ball on from the back of the scrum, just at the base.
Yeah, they'll be biting themselves. Just a man up in a really good attacking position. Just the ball gets trapped a little bit. Oh, that was actually number 4 Spain, Rocarias Mulas. Yeah, I'm not.
Well, he's got his hand. It looks like he's got his hand round the back, just grabbed the arm of Modebache, and just a good play. I mean, being a scrum half, I love that. A little competition at the back. We don't see enough of that sometimes in the modern game.
It was funny to see straight away. Looked at the referee and screamed knock on. So him forcing it to put it well, put it nicely, and then straight away making sure he got the call as well.
As we see Spain breaking away. That man, Rocarias Mulas, having a little break up the short side, but Georgia having none of it and powering through, putting the pressure right onto Spain as they. Oh, he's got a lucky bounce off there, or he's just knocked it on.
Yeah, Georgians really committing to that breakdown, and they needed to get that turnover, otherwise the side would have been wide open.
Yeah, it's a great counter ruck then, and a lovely charge down.
That was wild. I'm not entirely sure that was the best option to take there.
Wild's a good word, erratic's another one. We haven't seen too many silly errors yet, as we've talked about half-time there. It's all been forced, and again, Spain were forced into making an option that they probably wouldn't have opted for had they not been stuck on that near side. So great work from Georgia to put them under that pressure and to force them into a situation to do something they don't want to. Now it's a Georgian ball, moving it into the wide channels, just get a bit of space. Now we're seeing a couple of errors, probably through tiredness rather than through conditions.
Spain will be happy with themselves. It was the second time they had to defend a man down on their own 22. However, applying the pressure on defense and getting the result.
Yeah, good work. I mean, Spain pushing up. They didn't do a rush defense there by any means, or a blitz. They just pushed up as one single unit. Made the Georgians just look up a little bit, spill the ball. Now it'll be a Spain scrum in a great position. Let's hope they can get the ball out of here and just move it into some space, get some width in the ball, get some width in the game. Try and get some more free flowing. They still need a try. We've still 3 minutes to go in this game, but they really need to get back into it, get into the Georgian half as we see them moving into the 15 channels.
Yeah, and being back to the full complement of 7 players, things are looking much better for the Spanish.
Absolutely. Now we're moving it back to the near side. Not the accuracy of pass on that one, but still it does a lovely bounce. Good speed to the breakdown. Georgian defensive line looks good though. Good bit of pressure on. Not rushing up too far, just forcing them to take the outside line. That's a lovely little break down the outside.
Ortega Martin gets Spain back into this match.
Showing a bit of pace there, Ortega Martin. Just taking him on the side.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was much on, however, really good turn of pace.
We see the replay here. Look at him, he steps to the inside, just hits the outside shoulder of Nokarashvili, and then he has enough pace, to go through for that last 20 meters. Well played, Spain, and now we really do have a game on. 12-12 with the conversion to come. It's a lovely conversion. Straight through the post as we see the flag raised. Spain will be delighted with that, with a 2-point lead. Georgia will be a bit disappointed.
A bit more than a minute to play, so Georgia will probably get the possession now and will have one opportunity to finish this game off in their favor.
Yeah, it's a long time, 1 minute and 7, as we see a little knock-on from Spain going up for the kick-off. It was a nice kick-off.
Yeah, Alcaron almost got to it. That was well contestable.
Absolutely. He's a bit flatter. I think it's a deliberate ploy just to try and get that ball back rather than put huge height in it. But on this occasion, Georgia could rise to the occasion, and they were going to take that, and unfortunately the Spanish player couldn't quite get there in time to get two hands to it, and it's that one-hand little knock-on as Georgia get the feed at the scrum here.
They would have needed that clean ball over there on the 22.
It's a great line, smashing up the middle, taking in Spanish defenders, eating up some of the time, and look at this leg drive going forward. Again, great support play. It's another pick and go. Just holding on to ball, keeping possession. A lucky bounce for them again.
He was clearly not supporting his body weight there. Good call by the referee.
Absolutely correct there. Lovely break. Again. Now we'll be expecting Georgia to hold on to ball here, as you said. They've got the opportunity to try and get a score, but Spain have held on to it. They've got the turnover. They kick it out of the park, and they come away with a 14-12 win.
Exciting finish there. The Georgians making the gain line a couple of times, but ultimately running away from their own support, and that cost them dearly in the end.
Yeah, good match of game though, wasn't it? A good matchup, sorry, for these two teams. However, on this occasion, Spain will progress a little bit further, and we'll be seeing them later in the competition.
Yeah, pretty evenly matched, and ultimately that last conversion made the difference.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. That'll be Spain-Portugal, local rivalry. There's always a bit of tension in the air when these two teams both meet, and both teams will have a point to prove as they go for that 9th place playoff as we move on to the next game.
Back to the women's competition, where we're now looking at the first semi-final of the day. And again, Spain playing, and again in the white changing strip, taking on Poland. Two mainstays on the European stage, and I think we will have another close match on our hands.
Yeah, we're getting the opportunity to see the Spanish women this time as they take on a strong Polish team. This is a good matchup. Really looking forward to this one. It's a good structure that Poland have. Spain maybe not played the best they have in this tournament, but they're in with a shout here as we see Poland with a kickoff, getting this game underway.
So, going back to the interview of the Spanish team.
So we're back down pitch side with a victorious team, Spain Sevens. Javi, how did you enjoy that one?
Oh, it's been a tough game. Really strong players in Georgia. So yeah, it's been hard, but second win of the weekend. It's been a hard weekend. So happy for that.
Yeah, you said it yourself. It's been a hard weekend. I know you guys will be disappointed with the day 1, day 2 results. How happy, how much does it mean to you to be winning again?
Yeah, this means a lot for us to prepare the next series in Split. We are a young team with young players and new players playing sevens. So yeah, it means a lot, and we'll keep working with this.
It seems to me that the Spanish team is going through a bit of a transition change. Some old guys maybe going into retirement, not playing as much. A lot of young guys coming through. Is that working well for you guys? Are you gelling as a team?
Yeah, we have a big team, a big base to prepare the Olympics in 2 years. So yeah, the old guys have been playing in India and other tournaments in World Series, so they are resting. So yeah, it's good for us, for the young players, to prepare to be with the old guys playing next year, and that's it.
Well, thank you very much for the insights into everything going on around about Spain. Good luck for the rest of the tournament. Thank you.
Yeah, Natalia Pamieta, just as we get back on the air, pouncing and opening the scoring for the Polish.
Yeah, lovely little scrum there, Dennis. As we were listening to that interview, we saw that Poland had been camped in the Spanish half there for that first 2 minutes, and Pamieta going through, lovely little break, going under the post to get a score, the conversion being good as well, taking Poland 7 points ahead of Spain, 2 minutes and 18 seconds gone.
She was switched off the back of the scrum, and then she took the ball into 2 hands and created enough of doubt to basically create the space for herself to go through.
And now we're seeing Spain with ball in hand in their own 22, but they're running it. Lovely little break there, getting outside the 22. Speed to the breakdown. Third player there to move that ball wide again. Again, Spain trying to move it into the wide channels, but this time running it across field, another cut move. Setting it up.
Against very physical Polish side.
Yeah, they have a strong defense, don't they? You can see the connection in them. We can hear them talking from the commentary box here. Zajsluch there as leader for this team, making that strong tackle, forcing Spain to take it back into their own 22. Lovely little handling move there, though. As they get to the outside channels, just getting caught up on each other's feet, but stretching the Polish defense.
Yeah, that was Valverde, who has been probably the best player for Spain in this tournament so far. However, she did not get the ball in space or with a run up there, so she couldn't really show off her pace and strength as a ball carrier.
Yeah, Spain holding on to ball. You know, they've moved it side to side 3 times now. Again, on this occasion, a little more crash up the middle, force the defense to go back. A little loose pass, it's still in possession though. As we see Spain take it to ground again, they've got good speed to the breakdown. They're securing ball at the moment, so that's good. However, this Polish defense are not wanting to crack at the moment. Although we do see a slight injury there to one of the Spanish players as the physios are getting called on.
Yeah, also one of the Polish players being treated right now off camera. Looks like she might have caught a stray foot or something, because they're looking at her nose and whether it's still in one piece.
Yeah, we don't want another situation like we had with Ricky Hennig from Germany, where she got a few stitches in her lip from yesterday, a stray boot, which was unfortunate, and also from Costa from Portugal as well, with the nose bandage looking a bit like the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, I mean, impressive nonetheless that Ricky Hennig nevertheless rocked up this morning, looking not too flash, however, playing a really good game early on against the Belgians in a winning effort, which got the crowd going for the first time really on this 3rd day of the Hamburg Sevens.
Yeah, we're just seeing the rerun there of how the Polish player got injured. She was just a bit high in the tackle, just a little head knock. She's in some ways maybe lucky not to have a penalty against her, which we see a lot of happening at the sort of Super Rugby 14, Super 14, Premiership kind of rugby standards and these kind of things. But It was very innocuous, but on this occasion, deemed as just a pure accident, rugby accident. Let's get on with it. Let's make sure she's all right, and we start the game again with Spain taking the tap. Let's see if they can get back into a rhythm again. They had a good rhythm of going side to side, just couldn't quite penetrate the Polish defense, and this time they're trying the same thing, a bit of side movement.
Yeah, I think that long breather will probably have done Poland a bit of a favor. They are the heavier side, and I think Spain is trying to profit from there.
Spain opting to put the kick in this time, looking for the wide channels. Didn't quite get the bounce, although...
Yeah, knocked it on, Valverde.
Yeah, slight knock on there, wasn't it? But that's good. I mean, for me, that's good work by Poland. You know, they've forced Spain into doing something they probably wouldn't want to do. They'd like to move it across, find the gaps, but on this occasion, they're having to kick that ball and chase.
Crouch.
And therefore, Poland, good defense policy. They get the ball back now in an attacking position, as we were alluding to earlier. When you defend, you get tired, and it's probably a good thing, that break for Poland, as we see them hitting the attack, but a loose pass. Not quite going to the hands of Pamieta, the try scorer.
Yeah, they used her again as the first option after the scrum. However, that pass was not quite, a little bit behind her, just before she's heading into contact, so rather not her to blame, but Miralles, who did the pass. Let's see what the Spanish do with their next opportunity.
Yeah, they get it away again, but it's a silly error. It's just a handling error in the midfield. The hand's not quite in the right position. Ball was much better this time. As you said with the Polish, the ball wasn't in the right position that time. This time, unfortunately, we see the pass coming right in front of her. I would have thought she's taken her eye off that. If you see that Polish defence in front of you, you would probably be a little bit worried as well, wondering where they're going to hit you. So nothing against her for dropping it, that's for sure. However, they do need to get a bit continuity. They do need to hold on to this ball a bit more, as we see the put in from Poland and the break from the base of the scrum. Is she going to go right into the corner? Great tackle, great cover defense.
Nope, short.
Yeah, Pashik almost making it. However, this will be hard to defend for Spain now. However, first up, good hit.
Step back, step back.
Putting Klechovska back a couple of steps. Now Valverde trying to go in for the juggle, not getting the call. That was, that could have gone either way. If you're Spain, you just want to survive this. However, the fend working for Poland, number 13, Ilona Zajsluic, getting the second score in for Poland, right on time, just before the halftime. That'll be worth heaps for the confidence of the Polish, and might dampen the spirits of the Spanish even a little more.
Yeah, as you said there, Dennis, it would be going to be hard for Spain to keep Poland out on that occasion. Much more, I would say, physical team, looking at the size of them. They do relish the contact, but then they also have the speed out wide with the likes of Zajsluic, who's been instrumental for them.
Yeah, it looked like Garcia Gala had her covered. However, just the fend and the speed and acceleration of Zajsluic, and she makes it 12-0 for Poland.
Yep, 12-0 as we go into half-time. We'll listen in to what the coaches have to say, and we'll be back after that.
basically saying that being too predictable won't get them anywhere. However, they need to circulate the ball more, try to get it on the outside faster. And for the Spanish, this has not been a good semi-final so far, and it keeps going. The kickoff not even going close to 10 will once again not be good for the morale. Like, Spain needs something to pick themselves up. Maybe on defense they can rally themselves a little bit.
Yeah, I'd say Spain struggling against the experience of Poland and the pace of the game. You know, they did try in the first half to move the ball side to side a little bit, and then we're seeing now in defense they're getting these little individual breaks, but look at the cover defense coming from Poland. Really good work to get there. However, it looks like Spain are going to go in at the side of the post.
Yeah, Serrano Garcia at the end with the try. Bit of a lucky break, very messy play from the Polish, and hacked through a couple of times. That is the bit of luck that Spain needed to get back into this game.
Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes, Dennis, is that one little thing. So the kick through, the kick and chase. When we look at the players flooding, we see both the Polish players colliding there, but back behind them you had 3-4 Spanish players, all hungry, all looking for it.
Yeah, well done by Cantabrana Aguil, who jumps on the ball and straight away pops it back up to keep it alive.
That brings them back into the game, doesn't it? The conversion being a good one because she was right next to the post, making it a lot easier. 12-7 as we see the kickoff go.
And all of a sudden Poland doing the errors.
Yeah, a couple of errors. That was Klichkowska just dropping it, but it went backwards. Still got possession. Happy to try and run it out from here. They're not going to... Oh, lovely footwork as we see her running down that outside line. She's going a full lengther there. Great work there. Going from their own line the whole way down, and that's Paschik. She's got a bit of wheels.
Yeah, almost going 100.
I'm sure it'll be 100 by the time dinner comes around when they're having their team talk.
Yeah, a little bit, not sure. Yeah, Spain's number 9, Martina Serrano Garcia, taking a bit of a tumbling there.
Yeah, she just got a bit confused. She had the support on the inside. The inside player was there tracking. She didn't need to turn her back on her, and just, unfortunately, just lost her footing a little bit, and that was enough to allow some space to go down the outside, and a great try for Paschik.
Yeah, untouched in the end. Spain doing well here, though, to get possession. With more than 4 minutes to play, that's an eternity in 7, so this game is far from done and dusted.
Yeah, it's good. They're setting up nicely, creating a bit of space on the outside channels. However, good press defense there from the Polish team. Look at the numbers. They're a flat line there, aren't they? They're working hard to keep Spain in their own 22. Having a bite at the ball there. Not deemed to have been knocked on.
Yeah, I think it was a steal by the Polish. However, not much control there. Oh, and that maybe should not have been thrown, that pass. Especially, call goes against the Polish here for not supporting the body weight.
Exactly that, yeah. Morris just going off her feet there. Just a little slip. You saw her foot just slip. You saw a little bit of grass come up from the studs under her feet. But yeah, as you just said there, Dennis, she should really have had, the Spanish player should really have held on to that ball rather than try and throw the miracle pass. That's maybe the bit of experience as Spain get the bounce. If you're in Scotland, we would call that a nails bounce. Local rivals always seem to get the good bounce. Playing against my home club, Boroughmuir.
Yeah. First of all, I haven't seen that in a while in a couple of games, going for the line out. And then they actually missed touch, however, that just goes to hand.
Yeah, just getting a little slow there from the half-back trying to move that ball out there. Just seems a bit lackadaisical, a bit slow. They need to get back. They need to get some energy back into this. They still need 2 scores, the Spanish team, if they want to be winning this game or getting back into it.
Hands out!
But again, it's a strong, powerful defense. A great line from Poland.
Yeah, Poland told to get out the ruck. not reacting and being penalized accordingly.
Spain trying that kick through again. Kicker and winger in tandem. However, we see a bit of a head knock there, possibly. Referee pulling it back just to check the safety of the player. It is a head knock. Players' welfare always at the forefront of the referee's mind there.
Yeah, unlucky. You can't really blame Cortes Equobo, who I think also feels a little bit harsh done by, because she would have been through for the try probably. Yeah, but obviously player welfare being first concern.
Yeah, I didn't see who it was from Poland that slid in there, but she was, you know, down on her knees there and obviously got the head to the hip. Not a lot that the Spanish player could do about it. However, as we said, player welfare paramount here. We have got a penalty being given to Poland for that. That'll be an interesting one that we can have a little chat with Mary Pringle, the referee, later on about to see what the decision or how she came to that decision.
Yeah.
But we'll take it as written that was correct, as we see Poland with the put in at the scrum just outside their own 22, close to their 10-meter line.
Yeah, Spain really needed a score there.
A little scrappy from Poland, not as smooth as they'd like to see at the moment.
Looks like a turnover. Oh, Spain not getting the call here, surprisingly. And Poland pouncing.
Lovely footwork there. And a lovely one-handed offload as they go back into the 5-meter channels.
Spain again looking to get the turnover. This time they do.
Two-player tackle there.
They need to score now with about a minute to play. However, the handling letting them down.
That's good speed to the breakdown. Nice movement, speed onto the ball. Two players out. They need a quick recycle here.
And no support.
Poland working really hard there. And as you said, the support not quite quick enough. Poland, on the other hand, as the defensive team, speed to the breakdown, hands on the ball, showing the referee a good picture of trying to lift it. Really well defended there, as we see the replay. Yeah, look how quick is Pamieta again, the try scorer. First try scorer, she's got her hands onto that ball. No opportunity for Spain to get to it. Well played.
Crouch!
Yeah, so we're going to hear the halftime hooter very soon, aren't we? There we go, we can hear it there.
Yeah, right. Yeah. If you're Poland, you probably just want to kick it out because, I mean, you're in the final, so might as well save some energy.
And that's exactly what they do. So, Poland 19, Spain 7. Poland will progress on to the final. Spain will be playing the loser between Belgium and France.
Yeah, gotta say that was ultimately Poland proved the more experienced team. Ball retention really good. However, mostly on defense, they really managed to contain any sort of Spanish possession, pinning them back. Just that one try for Spain that was not really constructed, was rather the result of a couple of mishaps on defense. So Poland well deserved into the final.
Yeah, the game started off well, as we say, but unfortunately for Spain, they didn't quite have the power, the pace, and probably the experience to go any further. However, they've still got an opportunity to get third place in this tournament as we get ready to welcome Belgium and France to the stage.
Next up, we have France and the Belgians. France in the white away strip. The Belgians also in their changing strip, which is blue with navy blue shorts. Belgium yesterday eliminating the German team by just a single conversion, 7-5 in a very tight game. France has been pretty solid so far. Might consider them slight favorites here, but let's see how things turn out under the auspices of German referee Maria Latos, who is herself from Hamburg.
Yeah, this one's going to be super exciting. We are yet to see a team that's really well dealing with France's rush defense. Most teams were having trouble getting away from that rush. We've seen a few different little tactics trying to avoid that. Well, let's see what Belgium's going to do.
Belgium's Blondiot coming at pace, making good yardage. Good first possession for Belgium. However, the French defense, as you mentioned, has been pretty ruthless, and they're profiting straight away. Looks like it'll be a French ball. And now they're in a very good position after going back to last game with a quick interview.
So Martina, congratulations on that win. You're back in the final.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying your rugby today?
Yeah, we are really enjoy, and we are very happy because Spain is a very difficult team. So yeah, we are very proud of ourselves. So.
You were very powerful in that game. I think you dominated by the end, but as you said, Spain were difficult to break down. The final will be a lot different as we see Belgium and France playing off there. Have you got any preference to which team you'd like to play in the final?
I think I prefer Belgium. Yeah, because I think the France is more difficult. They have more experience. So yeah, but we want to be the best. So I think we should, play against France. So.
Last year you were the best. I hope you're the best this year. Congratulations for the final. Good luck with your rest period.
Yeah, and we're back to the match. France about to score, and Belgium adjudged to have been deliberately playing the ball forward, which resulted in a yellow card for Gertrude Verkamer.
Talked about this earlier when the men played. A yellow card is so influential in a game of sevens. You really struggle when you have that one woman down. And now France doing a smart thing, picking a scrum, so it's a 3-on-2 once they get the ball out. It draws in the forward, so it's an easy drawn pass. France should score from this. What do you think, Dennis?
Yeah, this is a nightmare to defend 5 meters out. And off the base of the scrum. Easy score for France's 31 Garance Merle.
Yeah, she does a little different than I expected. I said, going to look at that 3-on-2, but she spots the space on the blind side, and it dives over. It's a difficult kick to come now, wide open, wide out, but France immediately pounding on that yellow card Belgium received.
Yeah. There was meant to be an overlap somewhere, and Belgium didn't really have a 9 covering, so France with an easy score. Up 5-0 and still probably a minute and a half to play, player up.
No, leave it wide. Backwards!
And again, France's pressure paying off. Justin Auger recuperating the ball.
And we saw them do that a lot yesterday as well. Off turnover, they had a couple of players immediately wrapping around the corner, attacking that space. And oh, this is a very good play. Good awareness. See that the space is on the short side. Charlie Goyard goes over. It gets a bit messy. Belgium trying to overchase, close down the space out wide. They just go back short side, and Goyard goes over.
Yeah, she says, thank you very much for the dish. I'll be taking that one. Off the floor. Not bad. Auger with all her experience. Yeah. One might get in some rugby stereotypes and say jouer, jouer. Paid off.
Still haven't found out what jouer means in Polish. Looking forward to find that out. Conversion's not good, so France with a 10-point advantage. 3 minutes to go in this halftime. Regathering their own kickoff. Well done. Getting the offload away. And it's the try scorer, Garance Merle, with a good carry. And now they were looking to attack. They've been dangerous so far. Good carry, running over the top, releasing the ball, getting back up again. And now spreading it. Belgium putting good pressure, shutting down that attack. So France having to scramble a bit here.
Yeah, I was going to say, not good news for the Belgians if the French Libérés come up to play.
This is class.
And again, Charlie Goya through for the score.
So a second try here. Really good execution, running great support line. And yeah, it all started with that kickoff, as we see. Great take in the air, immediately looking to move the ball with the offload. Then they play a couple of phases, and in the end, it's well done here. Beats one, gets tackled, gets the offload away, and Goya scores a second.
Yeah, France very much in control. Up 15-0 with about a minute and 45 to play in this first half. I think if Belgium wants to stay in contention, they should try to get on the scoreboard before the halftime Hutu.
Now we're on 10.
Yeah, Belgium with the next chance to get in a better field position. However, France not really giving any space so far on the outside.
It's the danger woman, Lisa Goossens. We talked a lot about her the last 2 days. And again, she gets some good yardage, so France not able to rush as good as they were before. Now, so Belgium, again, with space on the outside. It's a big fan putting down. And again, they get go forward. And Maria Lattes gives a penalty his way. Now, Belgium looking to slow it down again. I'm wondering what they're going to do from this. Yeah, one of the few teams that have kicked to touch in the last couple of days. Not this time. They'll pick a scrum.
Let's see whether you see that fend again. Justine Auger getting the gnarly treatment here. However, fair play. On the floor, she still got her down and got up again for the next tackle. So, never say die attitude. She still got her hands around the ankles, which is impressive. Let's see what the Belgians can do with all that space in front of them. Oh, that dummy pass worked magic for Goossens. And she's under the sticks, out of nowhere.
Yeah, we just said Lisa Goossens, she's the absolute danger woman here. They've been playing a lot with her, she's been creating a lot. And once again, she draws eyes with that dummy pass. Have to be careful when she has the ball. And look at that, they give it to her. She decelerates a bit, shows the ball a bit. Defender's falling, and then she goes through. And even Tuncaro is a really quick defender, cannot catch up to her. And Belgium do find a way in this game. Finish their halftime with a try and see if that gives them some momentum. We're looking forward to listen to the coaches after we see that conversion. Unfortunately, oh no, it hits the post, then it goes through. Well done, 7 points to them. Let's now listen to what the coach wants to say about that.
In, out. In, out.
Bon, ça va? On est encore dans le match, on trouve des solutions. Par contre, il faut être un peu plus précis. En fait, ce qui nous met dedans au début de match, c'est qu'on fait des erreurs. On a des mains qui ne sont pas parfaites. Il faut vraiment être concentré, prenez plus de profondeur, plus de patience. Je vous l'ai dit, c'est quand même une équipe qui va avoir la capacité de défendre. 3-4 temps de jeu, tu vois. Donc il faut rester, c'est bien quand on avance là-bas.
Si vous le voyez, dites aux copines de garder et d'impulser, d'aller les chercher, ou même proposer des croisés, ok? En défense, c'est les 2 prochaines minutes. Les 2 prochaines minutes, c'est là où on va chercher la finale. Faut monter ensemble, on fait les efforts tout ensemble, ok? Ça marche? On continue là-dessus, parlez-vous bien, un changement, Inès tu rentres, Awa tu passes en 6, Charlie tu sors maintenant. Ok, ça marche? Allez les filles, c'est parti. Tu fais en 0-1, un peu long, mais tu fais ce que tu peux. Ouais. Allez.
Yeah, interesting to listen to the coaches. France's head coach, Guillaume Lafont, basically encouraging his ladies and saying, within those next 2 minutes, we will make sure we get to this final. And I think he predicted a bit of a longer kickoff. Let's see whether his ladies oblige. And then Belgium's head coach, who is himself a French rugby legend, sevens legend, Thierry Bourbois. Lauded his ladies for finding solutions, reassured them that they're still in this game and that there's still everything to play for. However, Belgium needs 2 scores. Let's see how they proceed in the second half.
They do need 2 scores. We've seen yesterday, though, hey, this is a tournament of comebacks. There's a lot to play for. We see Belgium found the first time, found a solution through that France defense. Let's see if they can do it again. France well encouraged and the dominant team in the first half zone.
Ooh. Yeah, I was going to say she would be lucky to get away with that one. Cleaning out the jackler at a 90-degree angle, I think right in front of the referee. She was never going to get away with that one.
Belgium again picking a scrum. Smart choice. Is what they did the first time as well when they scored the try. It draws in defenders, especially it cuts the option for France down to do a rush defense. Plus, you buy some space for Les Augustins, and that we all know how dangerous that
Time
is.
is back on. Crouch. Bind. Set.
So, Belgium with the ball now. Goossens this time giving it away and freeing up Blondiot on the outside. And she's through. Belgium very much back into this game. Again, France on defense, very much worried about Belgium's number 12, Lisa Goossens, committing maybe a little bit too much, and then Goossens frees up Blondiot on the side.
It's Margot Stevens who played the pass to her. It was really well done. Great finish as well, beating the defender there with the fend. So quick, so elusive, and then getting some extra meters into the middle. We said this is a tournament of comebacks, and it looks like the next comeback is on the way. And you see the conversion.
Just going wide.
Which unfortunately is missed. So 12 points to 15. That game's a lot tighter just now.
Yes. Only one more score for Belgium. France's coach encouraged his ladies to get this one done and dusted within the first 2 minutes of the second half. Instead, they really have a game on their hands now. Well, that kickoff well weighted, contestable, and France making a hash of it. However, knock on from the Belgians. France with possession, however, deep in their own half.
Belgium with a big base of supporters here. There were some yesterday already. Maybe they got some new fans after that fantastic result of the men yesterday. People celebrating that nation that is Belgium. But you can hear a big crowd getting behind the Belgium team.
Stay blue, stay.
Yeah, and Belgium with much more vigor in defense. I think they got their tails up here. And that pressure pays off. Knock on of the French, and now Belgium with a really good attacking opportunity right in front of the sticks with the scrum.
Yeah, this is something we usually say about the French team. Hey, that they're so good at defending, that they're so good at rushing up, closing down space, forcing errors. Now Belgium giving them a taste of their own medicine and forcing a very good situation. 12 points, 15 down. You get a scrum central, close to the line. This is a really good attacking opportunity. And once again, this is the opportunity. France scored from this earlier when they had a player more. I expect them to score from this as well and take a lead.
Let's see. French defense really got to be on their heels now. The rubber round plate does not quite work out. However, Blondiot on the outside. But however, France not rolling here, getting away with it.
Sorry guys, I put milk and sugar in them.
Belgium so far failing to crack that 22, basically hovering around the line. And again, Blondiot with the one-on-one, but gets dealt with by France's defense.
Yeah, with them messing up the initial set play with that wraparound, we can see France now able to put their usual pressure on it. We're really good defending, forcing Belgium all the way back to the 10. So a lot of yardage lost. And Belgium seem to be a bit clueless, just throwing the ball around, not really knowing yet what to do. Work off ball's good, they sometimes set wide. Sophie Goossens with a switch play, and they go back short side. But again, there's equal numbers, so not really space to attack. Setting another phase.
Yeah, just remember they started off that movement in the French 22. Now they're in their own half.
Yeah, exactly that strength of the France defense that we're talking about. But now Goossens again showing some brilliance, drawing into and getting an offload away to Polly Janard. But unfortunately, she gets brought down. And Goossens again picking, looking to offload. It gets a little messy there, but ball's still in possession with Belgium. And Garnier, she seems out of ideas here again with a good fend though, buying time. Goossens walking back, not really looking to set deep. But again, we keep receiving the ball, keeping it very casual in one hand, throwing it away, and this time it's intercepted by a France player. And she's going to go have a jog to the try line, it seems. Marie Dupois giving it over to a teammate. And she's in the full sprint, brought down with another great offload. And eventually Tunkara dots it over for France.
Yeah, Tunkara almost losing her grip there. And Belgium, I think it was Blondiot who was trying to handle the ball with one hand.
It was Goossens.
Goossens, yeah, I mean, she got away with it the first time. However, here, I mean, not sure whether you're trying to be Fiji here. It backfired pretty badly.
To me, it feels like they're out of ideas how to attack here, so they just give the ball to their best player, and then she tries to do something. It's what they did three phases in a row. Goossens either picked or standing very close to the ruck, receiving the ball, and then doing something, which, fair enough, she's so dangerous. She draws eyes. She always manages to beat a defender, keep them away, get an offload away. So it's a fair call, but it does not work against a defense as good as France's is.
Yeah, and realistically, you were saying she was jogging there. I mean, it was a long set for France defending. And now they're very much back in control with 30 seconds to go. So unless Belgium find a miracle here, this game is decided. And just as I say that, they almost make it through.
Yeah, Bukonda with a nice recognition of space. And again, they give it to Goossens, and she's brought down by two players. France knowing of the danger that she offers. That pass after the first carriers got done well by the France defense as well. Again, they look to cut it down. This time they get it away, so now they might be able to attack some space outside. Looking with their wraparound to create space, and it's a one-on-one out wide. Stepping in field, drawing in defenders. Well done staying on their toes, but now a good dominant shot by the France defense.
Yeah, France seems to have found their mojo again on defense. And ultimately, that won them that game. Belgium can work on the score a little bit, but we will see France in the final.
Yeah, it would make sense for Belgium to kick it to touch, in my opinion. You have lost this game anyway, and you want to save some resources when you play that last match, because there is one more to come for them as well.
I mean, on the other hand, you are here in the sun, and France now have the ball. Let's see what they do. Yes, they put an end to proceedings, and having booked their place in the final, and finally the Hamburg sunshine is a little bit out, and the sun's shining for the French girls who have booked their place in the final.
Yeah, that gives us the final for the 2026 Hamburg Sevens. France is going to play Poland. Poland, France, both with really strong performances. We've been wondering what's going to happen when these teams are playing each other. France with that defense that's so dominant. No team is able to crack it for real so far. So let's see if Poland find their way in the final. Congratulations on a big victory.
Hamburg, seid ihr wach? Macht mal Lärm fürs Rundfeld. Das zweite Mal steht im Halbfinale bei den Hamburg Sevens. Heute wollen sie endlich mal den Schritt ins Finale gehen. Unser Wolfpack ist bereit. Wir warten einfach nur auf das Score der Regie und dann können wir endlich loslegen hier.
So we return to the action in the men's competition with the first of the semi-finals here. It is Germany against Belgium. Belgium with that epic quarter-final yesterday in which we went to a couple of halves of extra time, the game being decided by Godsmark in the corner with his try. So a real bit of theatre in that quarter-final. Germany getting through a little bit more easily, so they might be slightly fresher today, but this Belgian team are physical and will pose a different challenge to the ones that Germany have seen up until now in the tournament.
Yeah, agreed. We've seen with Portugal earlier as well, they weren't bothered by that game yesterday as well. They were very, very strong and a very dominant victory this morning. So I don't think Belgium will be too tired from this. I reckon we'll see a really competitive game on it.
I very much agree with that one, Robbie. It'll be a competitive one as ever. We're in the business end of the competition now. We're back to the cup, and this game will be led by our Georgian referee, our Georgian match official, Cedric Eichholz of Germany, to take the kick-off, playing from left to right in the white kit, Germany, and playing from right to left in red. It is the Belgium Sevens outfit. Watch out for Gaspard Lally of Belgium. He's wearing the number 7, a real speed merchant and a natural-born finisher. Germany with talent throughout the squad, particularly when he takes to the field. And we're underway. Belgium instantly looking to the width, getting the hands free. That is Gaspard Lally. I just mentioned him. Not much space to move this occasion. And Germany doing very well just to hold him up in the collision there and force the turnover, Robbie.
Yeah, outstanding work by Cedric Eichholz there. It's really good for Germany. That happens to Gaspard Lally immediately again, as he is a very, very dangerous ball runner. He's one of the danger mans Belgium can offer. So, yeah, it's a big statement on him that they close him down within the first minute of the game.
Yeah, and Germany not being forced to defend very long there, working very hard to get instant possession. 1 minute of rugby played here, and Cedric Eichholz will look to mount an attack deep in the Belgian half. Eichholz, a very young member of this German team, showing great potential. And that is Amakwedi. We spoke about him as well. He somehow manages to use his skills to find a way through, regather. Bennett file spreading to Ellerman. Ellerman passing on to Gleitzer, and Gleitzer with a big wide pass out to Hufnagel. Hufnagel with a number 1 in the corner, and he gets us off the mark.
Oh, it's a great left foot step by Felix Hufnagel. We saw it yesterday already when he did a similar thing out wider. This time it's all he needs to do to finish. It's a great pass by Gleitzer, over the top, accurate into the run of Felix Hufnagel. Then he scores, as we see. McConnell and McQuaid's grubber kick and retake. That gets Belgium on the back foot. They have to scramble defend. And Gleitzer sees someone shooting up, puts the big pass, and it's perfectly into the run of Felix Hufnagel. And his left foot step is difficult to stop. And over he goes.
There we see the finish once more. Felix Hufnagel, an experienced member of this team. And the conversion from Hufnagel. He loves the pressure. Oh, and he's got it. What a strike from Felix Hufnagel of Hanover.
Yeah, he said that yesterday to us, if you remember, when Marconen and McQuarrie scored that try that was very similar to the one he scored the year before. And you asked him, but last year you made the kick, didn't you? And he said, yeah, but this time I didn't have to. I can only do it with pressure.
Yeah, exactly. So he's got them off to the perfect start in this game. That was Gaspard Lally charging up the field. And he's got Belgium into a good position here. Strong carry. And again, the German defence driving the Belgians back in the collision.
Yeah, good shot by Gleitzer there.
Godsmark with a dummy, coming back to the short side, looking for support, and he's driven back in the challenge. That was Gleitzer once more, and forcing some crossing, a little bit of obstruction there as it got messy. So it's a penalty there. We see the signal from the referee. Obstruction. It's a penalty for Germany, and they've survived another promising attack from the Belgians.
Yeah, Godsmark, he gets a little let down by his team there, I think, because technically Belgium had numbers outside. There were 4-on-2 on that side, but the Belgian players just not working hard enough, not an option for Godsmark, and that's why they have to readapt, and this forces the error.
Yeah, work rate off the ball, so crucial in sevens. The moment you stay out of the game a second too long, then your team's only playing with 6. And there we see exactly how that happened. Ben Ellerman unable to make the tackle. Here we go, Hoefnagel once more, running a hard line. Well supported and quick ball retention. Ellerman shipping it on to Eichholz. Eichholz looking for the missed pass out to Amakwedi. And he just takes it into contact, doing the safe thing here. Godsmark guarding the breakdown. Ellerman running at the line. Good speed, good intent. And that, unfortunately, Bennett File just losing his feet in the clean. So that brings a halt to that attack. And Belgium breathe deeply.
It's exactly the game we expected. Hey, it's really competitive. Both teams not giving any gifts to the other ones. Very aware on the breakdown. Good defensive shots.
Yeah, I think Bennett File just noticed he was a millisecond too late to that breakdown. Tried to show urgency and just losing his feeting.
Yeah, it is tough when you're late there and you want to make sure that the ball's secure. Also, the player might be there, so you have to be able to hit, so you come with momentum, and then he's just not able to keep on his body weight.
So Timothy Griffon to feed.
There's a bit of a discussion with Cedric Eichholz about it. And they dropped the ball, playing advantage, and File now going forward with a good carry fence of 2 players put down eventually. And Germany open it, playing deep.
Yeah, very strong player, Bennett File. He's still quite young, but he has experience, and what a great mindset. Gleitze tidies that one up, but it is a penalty. A German player playing the Belgian off the ball on that occasion, pulling him back and just removing the contest.
Oh, was that the signal?
I think that was the signal from the referee. That's what I saw. I think there was a jersey pulling a player off the ball.
I thought it was offside. I thought it was the ball going forward and then a player in front of the ball picking it up. But yeah, either way, we'll see it here in the replay. No, we don't. Oh, here it is. The ball goes forward and then...
Yeah, that was it. That was the evidence there. You saw it. It was quite clearly just a little pull back there when the ball went loose.
Good spot by the referee. It was very... small thing.
Yeah, his positioning was on point, so he's right on the mark to see that. The referees working very hard this weekend. They analysed their games. They worked just as hard as the players in terms of their performance. And we're off. Belgium through Godsmark. A nice wrap-around play there. And they do make the break. Getting the hands free and offloading. That looks to have drifted forward into touch. Germany with the options here. Scrum or line out. And they choose the scrum.
And we just saw the new man in the picture, Marconin Amakwedi, getting the break after touching a lot of balls in his first half. Bela Zinnerman already on the field.
Yeah, an early change there. I wonder if that's tactical, or maybe if Marconin Amakwedi has maybe picked up a little strain on one of his muscles, or slight knock somewhere maybe. We'll find out about that for you.
Crouch! Interesting setup. You can unfortunately not see it, but it's right in front of the commentary box. If the scrum is way outside and still Germany with 1 player on the blind side with that little space to attack, that's Felix Hoefnagel, and 2 on the wide side. And Hoefnagel wraps around and now looking to move the ball. Is not, carries it in himself. And again, they keep that 1 player on the wide sides. Bennett File this time while they keep playing left. And now able to get back.
Good aggressive rucking there, and they do make the break now. Through Gleitze, Sinderman, onto Eichholz. Eichholz with a bounce pass once more. He's thrown a couple of those passes today. He'll need to improve his accuracy as the day moves on. One of the stars of the last 2 days. File, as the hooter sounds, just holding it up, waiting for his support. Making sure they keep control of possession, and Hoefnagel says, that'll do. We've got the lead, let's get into half-time. No silly business here.
Yeah, a really competitive match on our hands. 7 points to nothing, everything in there. We saw how good Belgium is at comebacks, and this is a very narrow lead, so this will be a competitive game going forward.
Yeah, and we'll try and get some microphones into the huddles as usual. Let the home fans here what's being said from their camps.
Zwischen Abnehmen. 2, 3, 2, 1 und rein. Und raus.
Okay, boys. Defense, it's good. In attack, we are just moving the ball from one side to another. We need to play short ones, commit them, and then we exploit outside. But moving from one side to another doesn't work. We need to play blindside. We need to play abrupt, direct, and the tic-tac is the most important thing. So don't doubt about passing. It's carry and the sweep.
Seeing Juju flying in, don't let them lick on us. You understand that? Hey, just keep pushing the tempo for me. Keep pushing the tempo.
Un truc, aller gratter avec eux, c'est vraiment très difficile. Pour moi, on se consomme énormément. C'est juste ça, parce que c'est trop dur.
Exactement.
Et ici, là, un petit peu, je l'ai dit à l'arbitre, peut-être il va le siffler, mais bon, attention.
You catch him in the middle. That's when we go for the ball, okay? Otherwise, on your feet, on the edges, they're good.
Et
They're
ils nous
very
attendent
quick.
dans les 15, il faut taper dedans. Hein.
Yeah, great to hear what's going on in those huddles. Just a little bit to the German coach, Pablo Fallo, Spanish, born in San Sebastian. He's 44 years old, but a wealth of experience already for a relatively young coach. He played for Spain Sevens in Rugby World Cups, in the Olympics in 2016 in Rio. So he's really took Spain to big places, and he's doing a similar thing here with Germany in a different role, not as a player but as a coach. He's really progressing the game, and particularly the depth, isn't it? The depth is really improving in German rugby, Robbie.
Yeah, I agree. He was the coach of Spain beforehand as well. So this is something where he got a lot of experience, and you can see it in the way Germany play by now. So similar to the rugby that Spain plays. Also, with what you just said, they want to duck go wide. They want to play the switch off direction, get in the middle, and then get back to the blind side, which works.
Okay, we're just about to get back underway here. Belgium obviously to kick off this second half, and Germany will look to field it and get straight into attack. Ben Ellermann rising high and with a strong slap back to his teammate. I think that was Gleitzer, and we're off through Bennett File, stepping, a brilliant step, a good fend, and just with a safe option going to ground and recycling. Hufnagel back to Ellermann. Ellermann charging over the first tackle and into the second. Great ball retention, very quick. The Belgians very struggling to advance in defence because of the speed of this ball recycling. Hufnagel once more to Gleitzer, who's supported by his brother. Ellermann recycling once more, and Bennett File, the man who got that all started with a half break, onto Eichholz, dummying, showing, going. He stays big, gets the ball off to Bella Sinderman. An aggressive counter-ruck coming in, but unsuccessful for Belgium until the little knock-on comes under pressure. So good defensive set from Belgium with a promising German attack, just unable to really penetrate that line. And the man in the middle just signals a quick halt in play, and we get the chance to see the replay of how that happened. The counter-ruck comes in, and under the pressure, you just see Eichholz catching the ball in his leg of Bennett File, who was pushed back, and that's forced the knock-on here. So frustrating for Germany, but that's all down to the good work in defence by Belgium. And time's back on. Gaspard Lally out on the wide left. Maybe this is an opportunity to put him into some space from deep. Little hitch kick and a step and shift into the wide channels. Oh, he was looking to get that ball off to Gaspard Lally, but defended very well by Germany, not allowing that pass to happen. Big looping pass. And Belgium playing their wide game very effectively. That's Baston with a charge. And Germany just able to pounce on that ball as the ruck is a little bit messy from Belgium, and they spread it instantly in the width. Hufnagel straightens up, takes the collision, riding one tackle and powering into the next before Gleitzer recycles. On to Wiese. Ume, newly on the pitch, and he is a rangy runner, holding the ball in one hand, powering through one tackle.
No!
Gleitzer, Hufnagel, and Hufnagel's through again. He'll get the second try of the game. It's his second, Germany's second, and we have 2.5 minutes on the clock and the 12-point lead in the semi-final of the cup competition.
Yeah, with almost all of the German players being dangerous ball runners. We saw their June eyes, who was it? Chris Ume had a good carry, drawing in defenders. Max Jodek did as well. Lennox Wiese had a really big carry. So when Philipp Gleitzer then picked the ball and he played the switch, it was really it was not easy to predict for Belgium because he runs sideways and they expect him to carry in again, and then Hufnagel comes for the switch and goes over for a second try.
Yeah, and physicality has been a real feature of the Belgian game, Robbie. Isn't it great to see that the Germans are up to that? We know them for the skills-based game, but when it comes to an opponent like this, they can turn on the physicality and go toe-to-toe with the best. Amakuedi is back on the pitch, so that was tactical. They wanted him at the start and at the end. Remember, a substituted player can return to the field in sevens, but you have a limited number of substitutions in total. So, Belgium attacking from deep after that long kick-off. Another missed pass out to the wing. Testing ball for Lally to take, and it's drifted forward. So a nice idea, Robbie, but the execution just not quite on point.
This is Kran. You don't play quick, okay? This is Kran. Stop. No more touch, okay?
There we see that pass. A nice idea, they saw the space, although I suspect Amakuedi would have had that covered. And we see a little change in scrum half for Germany, with Hufnagel slotting in there, and Eichholz has left the field.
Yeah, Hufnagel has been doing a lot of playmaking this weekend. It's not his usual role. He's usually mostly in the forward pack or covering 6. We've seen him a lot at forward 5 this weekend, but he's doing really well at it.
Yeah, it's one of the lovely things about having a player like Hufnagel. He has such a wide skill set and wide knowledge of the game as well, that you can really put him in almost in any position from 1 to 7. And he goes away. He's got his hat-trick. Hufnagel with 3 in the semi. The little bump against the referee didn't put him off. He pinned back his ears and charged towards the try line.
Yeah, this is great stuff to see Felix Hufnagel. I said it this morning when I saw some of the guys from his club. I told them, oh, what is Felix Hufnagel playing this weekend? And it looks like I did not comment as cursive, because he's absolutely backing up his performance from the last 2 days. He's going a hat-trick in this game against Belgium, with 3 tries being the result of some of his individual brilliance. Showing his pace here, showed his footwork earlier.
And Hufnagel to convert his own try once more, just sliding it past the right hand upright. Not the cleanest of strikes on this occasion, maybe because the pressure wasn't there. And Hufnagel takes a knee in the middle of the pitch. He's sucking in the air. We have 1.5 minutes left to play, and it's warming up here in Hamburg. This is the first of 2 cup semi-finals. We'll have France against Italy after this game concludes. Gaspard Lally leaves the pitch, maybe slightly disappointed. He's not had the opportunities he's used to. Hufnagel puts it up high, very contestable, and that's Amakuedi who rises high, slapping it back. Gathered in by the number 5, that's Tild Sana. But unfortunately for German, Belgium able to steal that one, and they come away through Godsmark now. Godsmark fending, offloading, but a good hit, just dislodging that ball, and that was Bella Sinderman, one of the young lads in this squad, really getting in the faces of the Belgian attack.
Yeah, we've had outstanding German defense all weekend. They had no points conceded in the group stage, if you remember. They were winning all their games with a 0-score margin. They got points against them in the quarterfinal, but now it looks like they're aiming to be back for a clean sheet in the semifinals. Really good defense. Great hit by Bella Sinderman, dislodging the ball off Ryan Godsmark.
Yeah, the quality of the German defence is a real feature here, and you can just tell they're maturing nicely. They've had more World Series exposure in recent years, and that really paying dividends.
We've seen Belgium come back from a 19-0, from traveling behind 19-0 yesterday, but this was with a full halftime to go now. It's 45 seconds, so it's pretty safe to say Germany's going to go on to the final of this Hamburg Sevens.
That seems like a safe assumption to make at this stage, but the action isn't over. Germany will look to attack once more. And it's Amakwedi. Little fumble, so a Belgian with a chance for a consolation try here maybe. They take the outside route. And Amakwedi making up for his mistake with that covering tackle. Moving from left to right is Belgian attack. Van Bost with a collision. And I think that was Ume who didn't roll away quickly enough there, conceding the penalty for Germany. Belgium attacking well here, composed. Again, aggression from Amakwedi rushing up there at the centre. And Belgium struggling. They have the right ideas, but the execution so difficult under this pressure. And Germany come out with the ball. Bella Sinderman celebrates that loudly. And they are pumped, this German team.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Scramble defense again. Cody with some good shots. Sinderman there, adapting well. I don't remember who it was, but the guy that made the tackle right before that offload that got loose, committing late to force him to make a decision, and then he went for himself, so he got tackled. The offload was loose, and then Sinderman with a great technique, dragging him down, releasing quickly, and then going onto the ball, winning the ball for Germany. And again, it's their fourth game with a clean sheet, no points against them. This is really impressive.
Yeah, and the local fans really enjoyed that. Sunday, business end of the tournament, we're seeing the stands full from game one today. Everyone's come down early, they're enjoying the sun, enjoying maybe even a cold drink in the stands. The atmosphere is brilliant, it's a family event. If you ever get the opportunity, you must visit one of these Rugby Europe Sevens tournaments. So, and we do progress, win the cup competition with the second of the set of two semi-finals. It'll be France against Italy. France probably the slight favourites here this weekend in the total tournament. They have the experience of Jordan Seffo, Pauline Riva, and Perez, Stefan Perez. Olympic winners, gold medalists, stalwarts of the World Series, and they combine with a very young squad, and it looks to be a successful recipe up until this point. There we see the French squad, some of the names I was just mentioning. And the Italians, watch out for Christian Lai, he's a real danger man. Big strong carries also coming in for Inzadini. That's been a pattern that we've seen this weekend. And the game will be refereed by the Dutch man, Edwin van der Stroot. Sorry, Van der Speck. So I'm joined once more by Andy. Welcome to the commentary box, Andy. You looking forward to this cup semi-final?
Yeah, good to be back. I mean, this is going to be a good game. This is was it last year's final, Ian, was it? I believe it was France-Italy in the final last year. So it should be a good matchup. Italians not quite on form from what we've seen so far. However, the French are looking dominating, if I'm honest. So yeah, looking forward to this game after the noise of last game. I'm sure it'll quieten down. Crowd not quite getting behind the French, maybe getting behind the Italians a little more.
So we're off here, Italy with the early possession, and they look for a little blindside attack, and there was an opportunity there to progress. A good dummy, just giving them the opportunity to move back in field away from that touchline. And the Italians looking composed, putting in the crossfield kick. That was a nice option. And they're through with Ndumbe Lobe for the try line. He's got pace, and he just cruises in, touching down under a little bit of attention from the French defender. But that was a That was a great start for the game for Italy. They'll be delighted with that. A crossfield kick, well used.
Yeah, excellent work from the Italians there. A bit of a commentator's curse there, saying that the Italians are going to be dominating a little bit, that the French will be dominating as we see Italy put that crossfield kick in. It looked as if the French were maybe sleeping a little bit. And then Dobby Lobe, he's been quite fast. I'm not sure about his haircut with that leopard print haircut, but if he's got the speed to back it up, then good on him as we see the conversion going over to make it 7-0 for Italy.
You're just jealous of the hair, let's be honest, Andy. Sorry, that was below the belt. Okay, Italy with the kickoff. After their first try, they'll have a lead of 7 points to 0. And that was a good jump from Inza Dane. I spoke about his ball carries. A big, tall lad gets springing into the air, putting the pressure on the French and forcing that error.
Yeah, but it has to come from the kickoff, and that was a great kickoff right on the 10-meter line, giving the Italians the opportunity to jump and challenge for it. And the French not quite being able to deal with it, and just a little hand going up to knock it on to give the Italians the scrum.
And a very good scrum it is indeed. They get the ball out cleanly to the wing. Lovely crisp passing.
Let him go.
From left, that is Dane. We've seen him all weekend. Not with much, not being given much space this time, but never fails to make those 1 or 2 post-contact meters. Italy come back to the left-hand side, pinning back their ears, offloading, and coughing up possession, so an opportunity maybe for France here to counter-attack. They do move the ball into space. Sefo, creating and a great opportunity for himself with a little inside step, swerving in between 2 Italian defenders, cruising to the line, little jump, and a casual touchdown.
Yeah, great pace from Sefo there on the outside, and a little jinking run. Just managed to outstrip Ndobe Lobe as he was chasing him back, but it all came from a lovely little defensive move by Reje Ombi, when we saw him slap the ball out of the Italian's hands, slapped it backwards, quite perfectly legally, but it shows you don't just need to tackle around the legs or put the shoulders in sometimes. The simple little things of just knocking the ball out of the hand to get the turnover, then they moved the ball wide into the hands of Sefo, who showed a clean pair of heels, even managed to cruise down at the end for that touchdown.
Yeah, that's just how quickly you can change defence into attack in sevens rugby, from one end of the pitch to the other in a matter of seconds. The conversion is good, so it's all tied up here after 3.5 minutes of play, 7 points to 7. And just what we want in the cup competition, tight games in which anyone can win.
Yeah, sure.
France with the kickoff. And that is beautifully taken by Sefo, well judged. But losing the ball forward on this occasion. So it will be a scrum for Italy. And France will look to really attack this scrum, I suspect. They've got big forwards in there, big explosive men. And it's an awkward position on the pitch for Italy within their own 22.
Yeah, it was a great kickoff, wasn't it? Beautifully judged with the distance and landed beautifully in the hands of Sefo there, who got his hands free, or got one of his hands free, but unfortunately just threw it forward to give Italy a feed at scrum.
Yeah, an Italian scrum holding up really well on that occasion. And the ball is back by Lobe and Ndobe Lobe. Not given any space to move on this occasion, and France piling on that breakdown, but illegally so. They've left their feet. It's a penalty to Italy, and they play instantly. Slight overlap here, maybe. And the French just hold off and compensate and move, and they've defended that very well. Italy dummying and moving back to that right-hand side where they feel they might have the numbers. And it's a break, it's a clean line break here. I think that's Gioffi. Gioffi charging towards the line. Or is it, sorry, Belloni it was. It's Luca Belloni for the second try for Italy, showing a clean pair of heels on his way to stretch the lead to 12-7.
Yeah, the French defensive line was looking good there. They managed to regroup and they had a nice flat line. And then this little stutter step there, just on the inside by Sodo Migliori, managed to free up the hands for Belloni to get on the outside, and he's a fast boy, so he went the whole length of the half and a little bit to score under the post and make that conversion a lot easier.
Yeah, and Joffy, with the conversion, cool as you like under the post. So we've got a 7-point difference between the two teams, and surprising maybe for a few of our viewers, Italy with the first half advantage. And they play a very smart little kick, unfortunately unable to gather, but that is a great tactical option, and very unfortunate not to come out with possession.
Yeah, you could see that the French defense, you know, they're waiting a little deeper, you know, they're 5-6 meters behind that 10-meter line, but unfortunately we just couldn't get his hands onto that ball. We saw one opportunity yesterday. Someone tried the short kick in the wet weather where we saw them sliding. On this occasion, the dry ground makes the ball pop up a little bit, but it didn't quite pop into the Italians' hands there, and we see a French scrum, middle of the field.
Yeah, and they're off France here down the right-hand side, back with the ball in the hands of Sefo, Jordan Sefo. He carries well, and they just recycle, cool as you like. They will need to score at least once in this game.
That's a kick, your body is in front of side.
And they're off. Discipline from Italy wobbling under pressure as France charge towards the try line. That's the man who got the turnover for the first try for France, and this time carrying the ball himself. Almost up to the line, they're just 1.5 meters out now. Penalty.
Yeah, the Italians have to be careful here. It's 2 penalties down in this area. I don't think the referee's looking to any pockets for a card yet, but they've got to be aware with the pressure that France are putting on them in their own 22 here. Levron looking to just tap and go again.
And they do the attack here now onto Sefo again. He has 2, France have 2. They'll look to convert and tie it up going into half-time. That's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, the French have got a great finisher in Sefo there. Seems to be on the end of everything, but the good work was put in well before that with a quick tap and go. 2 penalties before that by Levron, taking it out to the wide left-hand side. Then another penalty where they slowed it down, and Levron just managed to feed the right players, Miranda, to put the ball in the hands of Sefo for another score and another conversion as well.
Yeah, and the frightening thing, Andy, is that they've still got Olympic gold medalists on the bench. So when the starting team gets tired, they can bring on some real quality.
Yeah, that could be disheartening for Italy, but the French don't seem to have got out of third gear at the moment. Let's see if they can get a little further as we listen in to the team talks at half-time.
Les gars, juste ce qui fait notre force depuis 2 jours là. Bon, restons compacts en défense. On part trop vite. Ok, ils nous font des retours. Ils vont pas toucher les couloirs. Restons compacts. Ok, on monte un petit feu compact. Ok, ça va bien se passer. Et on attaque, gardons ces ballons. Encore trop de ballons jetés. Oh, on garde les ballons. Vous avez vu, ça souffle 2 ballons, 2 essais. Gardons ces ballons.
4 ballons, 2 ballons jetés.
Rimaniamo così, al primo minuto facciamo i cambi. Chi è stanco senza problemi me lo dice. Un cambio soltanto, fuori Lobbe, te vai ala, entra Pippo. Ok?
Raga, vieni qua. Calma, con molta calma. Stiamo giocando da Dio, siamo vicini, stiamo giocando da squadra e questa è la cosa che ci sta tenendo in partita e fino a poco tempo fa avanti. Continuiamo a giocare così. Possesso, l'unica cosa un pochino in più. Loro vogliono prenderci con la palla. Hai visto? Ce le strappano, provano a fare le motosega.
Here we see try number 2 for Italy. The beautiful break down the right-hand side from Luca Belloni after working that ball nicely. The first try for Italy did come from that crossfield kick, remember? And here we see how France tied things up for Jordan Sefo, an Olympic gold medalist with one of the easier tries of his career. So semi-final number 2. The winner of this game progressing to face Germany in the battle for first place on the first leg. Italy gets us back underway, and that's a very high kick, a lot of hang time. France really struggling to deal with that. What a strike on the kickoff, Andy.
Yeah, lovely kickoff, and a great chase as well from the Italians. They had 3 players through in that, but they couldn't manage to gather out. If one of them had got that, it was a try time, as we see the little kick through, and then the bounce up. He just couldn't get his hands on it. Maybe snatched at it a little bit, and he'll be disappointed with that. That was a good opportunity to go ahead in this game. However, it's now a France scrum, and I suspect that we'll see this going into wide hands, get it to that 15-metre channel.
4, driving up.
Yeah, that'll probably, well, now they get the reward with a penalty, so that'll be the opportunity to do what they want. Yeah, they do. They say, let's relieve some pressure, let's put a kick in, we'll start from the line out. Yeah, it's not the most convincing of touches there, but it does relieve the pressure, as said, so they've made a good 20 metres through that kick. And they look, as you said, Andy, probably to get this ball wide. We know they can go the length of the pitch. They have some incredible athletes.
Yeah, they're really good at moving it side to side and just opening up gaps, and sometimes we've seen with Sefo, he doesn't need to come back, he just uses his pace, but winning the line out's the first job as they then move it, as we said, 15-metre channels, get it out nice and wide, and there's the gap that we're talking about. Going through there, that's the...
It's Diego Miranda. Diego Miranda for the try. That gets France, gives France the lead. And Perez has taken to the field, another Olympic gold medalist. That was what I was alluding to at half-time. Here we see the replay. That was Perez. And that's Miranda. Just stepping off that right foot, swerving and accelerating. That's what I meant about the quality of the athleticism in this setup. Simple running rugby.
Yeah, and as we said, if we move it out there into the wider channels, either Italy have to overstretch the defence and push out, which is what they did on that occasion, or if they stay nice and tight, then the French just move it to the outside channel, look to see if there's an opportunity to go, and if not, they're strong enough, powerful enough, and their support play is quick enough to recycle that ball and bring it back. But as you said, on this occasion, absolutely no need for that. Miranda through the middle.
This kickoff won't travel 10 metres. Sefo plays the ball, so it will be a tap in the middle for Italy.
On the line, guys. 2. On the middle.
And Italy looking to get themselves back into the game. They're not out of it yet. Only 2.5 minutes played in the second half and only 7 points difference. So it's a 1-score game. Lai. Sorry, this is Bozzoni. Bozzoni with the pass out wide. And a promising attack comes to a halt.
Let him go.
And that's an Italian just getting trapped. That was the man who made the break, Bozzoni, just getting trapped on the wrong side of that breakdown.
Yeah, Bozzoni, lovely break there. But great play from De La Mare to decide to come inside, cut off that pass, and he intercepted, giving France the ball, and then an infringement by Italy. Gives an easy out for France as they put it down the park towards the halfway line. Just clearing their lines there. We see the replay there, lovely by Bozzoni. But we see the offload there, and French player De La Mare just put himself between the ball carrier and the receiver. Perfectly open, perfectly onside, perfectly executed.
And the line out almost equally as perfectly executed. Perez with the ball, stepping, stumbling, fending and moving it on. Sefo, he's got a brace already. And Perez distributes once more. Like Andy always says, the French distribute the ball so beautifully and they find the space in the wide channels. building once more, spreading it back to the middle. Pares pins back the ears. Thought he saw a gap, just not quite able to drift through it, but Sefo picks up. I said he had a brace, he now has a hat-trick, and he is taking on this Italian team single-handedly.
Yeah, great break to start with some Bouguer on the outside there, just showing a clean pair of heels. Ball gets recycled, you see Pares taking the ball in. The ball being beautifully presented. Defense not sure where they're going, because as they were doing that, you saw Martin Bloom come in, not take the ball, just set it up. Defender has to make a decision if it goes left or right. Sefo goes the opposite way, gets under the post for a score, and the conversion is good to put France in a convincing lead with just over 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, Italy would need 3 tries to take the win now. So it's a big challenge with 2 minutes left on the clock. A very high kick from France and a great chase from the French number 44, Katende Tumba. Italy recycle, Bazzoni hitting it up in the middle. France contesting, and they're on point once more. Gaining ball in the Italian 22, Pares stepping, changing direction, back to the left-hand side. Della Mare looking to get the hands free, not quite able to do so, so he goes to ground. And France disroute once more, pressure coming on Pares in the midfield. A great shot from the Italian defence, but France still managed to keep the movement in a forward direction, evading beautifully onto Pares once more. And the wide channel, it's a try for Luca Mazzeri. A lovely, patient build-up from France, not forcing anything, even as the pressure came on.
Yeah, they're relishing in this pressure, aren't they? I mean, really good defense from Italy. Also, a bit of go forward once again. That was Bazzoni again. He's trying his utmost there. But I was loving the way that Martin Bloom went in there and originally won the ball off the Italians, just with the speed to the breakdown, 2 hands on the ball, perfect jackal position. Then it was tap and go, take it one way, take it the other way, allow the gap to open up, and the speed the French have, they just found that little gap and over they went for a try, which unfortunately this time for them, not converted.
Yeah, it just extends the lead, makes the job a little bit more difficult for Italy. They've got just over a minute left to play. It is mathematically possible, but they'll need to get points on the board right from this kickoff.
Yeah, it's very unlikely to happen now as we hear the final hooter go. And Italy just kicking out, no point in wasting energy. They can't win the game. They'll go into the 3rd place playoff where they'll meet Belgium. And that'll be a cracking final, the wanted game, with France looking dominant, Germany playing really well. That's going to be a good game to watch, isn't it?
No, absolutely, and I think it's very interesting. Robbie was talking about it earlier, about how strong the German defence is. If anyone has a chance against this French team, it is Germany. But the Italians were seeded 3rd coming into this, so they probably will be quite... they'll accept the position they're playing for. They'll accept that 3rd, 4th playoff, even if obviously the goal is always to get to the final.
Absolutely, I think that we've got our 1st and 2nd seeds there. I do believe that. I think that 3rd, 4th playoff is probably going to be a better game, not so tetchy. I think both teams will try and throw it around. Belgium playing really well, remembering that they had that 23-minute game yesterday against Portugal. That was a real energy sapper for them. They had a tough game. I think it was a 0 game against Germany just in the other semi-final. So Italy, they should be on a high. They should be looking for that 3rd place, and looking forward to seeing it as we see both teams walking off in front of us. And I believe we will be taking a short break at this time.
Yeah, and we'll be back, Andy, then for the 11th place final of the women's competition. That's kicking off at 12:45 Central European time, so in roughly 20 minutes from now.
Yeah, and that'll be Turkey against Sweden. Both teams looking to get some wins on the board. Really looking forward to that game. I think both teams have improved a lot. They've got some real promising players in there, and this is a great springboard for them to go on and learn from this tournament, go on to the next one in Croatia and try and do something different. So to come away with a couple of ranking points would be really good. A few points on the board, get some tries under the belt, get their defensive lines in in the right places and enjoy the end of this tournament for them. We'll be back in a moment, people. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Und für euch noch der Hinweis, die Girl Gang hat Socken produziert, die sind wunderbar. Ich trage sie, Daniel hat seine schon durchgetragen. Die könnt ihr euch hinten am Stand kaufen oder wenn ihr sie vorbestellt habt, abholen. Die Dinger sind wirklich cool, die sind auch hochqualitativ, ich liebe die Dinger. Schnappt euch Girl Gang Socken jetzt in der Pause. Und gleich sehen wir uns dann auf dem Feld und machen eine kleine Kicking-Challenge mit Eurobier. Was macht man dann erfolgreich?
Advantage. Okay, advantage over.
Great presentation, dude.
Use it wide. Yeah, thank you. It's always good to see that all the hard work you put in pre-season comes to the result we wanted.
So you didn't quite make it to the quarterfinals here, unfortunately, but what's the goal for this next game then? Is it a big win? You're going to come up against Poland, we think?
On the five!
Look on advantage. Advantage over.
Stay high, Gregor, stay high!
Counter's fine.
Let's end this side!
Counter runs legal straight through the middle.
Apontar! Estás bem? Foi, Vasco! Viva! Viva! Zero! Solta! Solta! Circula! Circula!
Vai! Acompanha aí!
Up on white. Okay, advantage over.
Nika se muove!
Buena, tío, bien.
Ciao daqui.
To everything going on around about Spain. Good luck for the rest of the tournament. Thank you.
Siete due, portalo giù!
Bandage, 13 offside. Right. 13. Make sure you... That's play. Yeah. We're influent now. Play the Bandage. Right.